Don't waste energy worrying about what they think of you.
I've rarely had that problem in my life. I say that confidently.
Everybody's going to tell you what you have to do with your life.
Of course.
Everybody has an opinion on what you need to be doing, and if they don't tell it to your face and they're saying it behind your back, they really need to clean up this. Okay, well,
sure.
maybe I do. But the way that I do that doesn't look the same to you.
That's it.
Yeah.
So,
And I would say the same with advice. Think about who you're getting the advice from.
yeah.
All right?
Some jamoke here on the radio.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, you'll hear me say it all the time, right? Like, I'll listen to your relationship problem. I'm almost 45. I've never been married.
Right.
If you're asking for advice, I will give you my opinion on it.
You know what
But
you need to tell her.
Right. You need to take that into account.
Right.
This is where my
Just tell
opinion
them
comes from.
straight up. You're asking the wrong person. Man.
Right,
I
yeah.
am not an expert in that.
That is a good way to get out of
I can tell you how to take care of your kids.
it. Yeah, everyone can.
Right? Oh, that cat's a problem? Yeah.
We got you.
Also, can I get you talking all over each other about who on your show would be least surprised to find out is a serial killer? Cheers, guys. That from Steve in Seattle.
I disappeared because that's what I do, dumbass. I'm Bigfoot, not the frickin' Lincoln Memorial.
Is he the one that drank IPAs?
Yes!
Who on the show would be a serial killer?
Oh, man. Maybe that's got to be mine.
With his strange
I have no
mindset.
doubt about it,
I know
man.
for a fact.
Something buried in the front yard. I think there's something. The best one would be Mike, because you wouldn't see it coming, man. It's just too nice all the time.
Do we all agree it's Mike?
I got it.
Actually, I started with Miles and then pivoted to Mike.
How went you, Ted?
Me?
Yes.
You're the nice guy.
You're the one
Ted.
who watches all the dark stuff
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
holidays.
You're big
Yeah.
into mob
Happy
stuff.
holidays, Saving Private Ryan.
I am into mob stuff, but I got to have a job to do here. That's why I'm whacking this guy. I'm not crazy enough to just go kill people for fun.
Man, they're always social.
That's a weird defense mechanism.
That is a horrible defense. That's why you don't represent yourself in court.
And guys, happy as
Hey,
the birthday.
Judge, nobody paid me any money. This guy's not even a rat. Why would I whack him?
Does your wife do the, I always love this move, right? So, I don't, you're going somewhere, maybe fancy or a nice dinner or some event, and I put on a pair of heels or quote unquote nice shoes.
Yeah.
But in these shoes, like 2 toes are exposed. All right. So instead of all 5 being exposed, just the cut of the shoe, 2 toes are exposed. Those are the 2 that get painted. And it cracks me up every time. I'm like, are you seriously painting just these 2 toes? She's like, look, the shoes I'm wearing, these are the only toes that show. So I'm like, so you have 4 painted toes out of 10. She's like, yeah.
No.
Okay. You know.
Whatever you
She
need.
has not rocked that move.
Really? Give it time, brother. I swear to God. You know what? I'll tell you what you do. Gift her a pair of shoes, a nice pair of shoes, with the promise, like for your anniversary.
She'll never wear them.
And then, baby, but we're going to go to this restaurant.
Yeah.
Right? And just make sure it
Perfect opportunity to wear those shoes I
a
got you.
certain number of toes are exposed. I'm curious to see if those are the only ones that she paints. Yeah. That's the power move, right?
The other weird one is boots.
What do you mean?
It's like boots are kind of hot, right? With a
Oh, yeah, for
sundress.
sure.
And then I remember one chick, I was like, you're wearing mismatched socks underneath those?
Well, yeah.
And I don't know why it threw me off. She was like, what did you think I was? I was like,
You just figure your socks,
I
man.
don't know, or knee height. Like, I don't know what I thought. I thought they'd at least be matching. No
Yeah.
ankle
Don't
socks.
need to be.
Yeah, good point. A couple of months ago, Castle was reading me the riot act. So I got just absolutely plowed, right? But so he's kind of done with his spiel. So I don't remember everything, but I do know the next morning, after dealing with the wife, she also explained the reason your face hurts is because you did a face plant on the front steps of the house. I'm like, okay, good to know, right? That's all I know. So Castle's like reading me the riot act, and then at one point he just kind of stops and he looks at me and he goes, well, what the F happened to your face? I just shrugged. I'm like, I don't know. It's like, oh my good times. Yeah.
Our question, what is the most ridiculous way that your body has been damaged? 206-803-ROD.
Yeah, I didn't really notice like, your glasses at first. I'm just, it's awfully quiet in here today.
Oh, yeah.
And then, I think it was later in the day, somebody was like, did you notice this? And I was like, and I think I was like, dude, what happened to your note? You're like, I don't know. I was like, oh, yep.
I don't
Like, you
know.
didn't even have to say anything. I was like, I can put 2 and 2 together.
These are the 10 greatest songs, I guess, of the 21st century.
Okay.
Number 9.
I know the song.
Taylor Swift? No.
Who was the guys? Britney Spears.
Oh,
Which one? The hot one.
Which one?
Which
She's
song?
on an airplane in this video.
Toxic.
Toxic.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you were talking like mental
Oh,
state. Which Britney were we talking
the
about?
bald
one with the
one, the
knives.
naked one.
The hot one with the snakes.
My news is just about Britney Spears that she's not on Instagram anymore, which I think might be a good idea.
I
for Tiff.
disagree completely. Yeah.
I like seeing her naked, and she likes showing us.
Yeah, correct.
That's it.
How many of her posts did you favorite before she deleted her Instagram thread?
She is high on my algorithm, so she puts out a video and pops up quick. Jay was like, "How did you already like this?"
You were like one of the first 3 to like her videos.
Yeah.
When they come out.
If she had a knife, would you still try?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I would disarm her and then romance her.
And then take her Annie Pretzel.
It is awkward.
It is so weird. 'Cause my wife's like, dude. I'm like, babe, I honestly did not know. She's like, you didn't notice? I said, I didn't. But she did seem a little, I don't know, less social than normal.
Well, you did it with Taryn in the pump room.
Dude,
She was the only person that had a kid. She came on. This is what she's come on after us. You wanted something in that fridge.
In the freezer.
I heard you being like, "Why is this door locked?" It's like, dude.
I did not know she was in there.
I know, but I'm like, let's think about it. There's only one pregnant person. She's about to start her shift. Like,
And I'm jiggling the door, and I'm like, what the F? Who the F locked the door?
To be
It's like,
fair,
hey.
it has never been used as a nursing room
I know,
ever.
I know.
Like, that was literally the first time that room
but
had
it
ever
did
been used for that.
say it did say that's what
Yes.
it's for.
It does,
It
but
does.
the one time it's locked, I don't think it's out of line to think maybe Taryn's in there pumping milk.
You're right. Did not cross my
But it
mind.
lasted, what, 9 months or long? No, it lasted years without that actually being the case, didn't it?
Yeah. I think it's always open.
So, it's like,
I was just shocked.
I don't blame the guy.
It was locked, and the thing is, it's the one place we have a freezer, right, instead of the fridge. I don't know, maybe like salmon from Castle or something, but there was something in the freezer specifically that I wanted. The hell's wrong with the door? You break ribs, you know you've broken the ribs. And the one thing we do know, and doctors will tell you straight up, there ain't a damn thing we can do about it. Right?
No,
Literally,
no.
There's nothing. So, is it worth going to the hospital? I mean, they can give you painkillers. They can see if
You know
your
what?
lung is
It's-
punctured or
I
something,
get-
but otherwise, they can't do anything. And I understand, but there's literally there's nothing we can do about it.
That's the only issue. The only issue is, did you puncture an organ? Did you puncture
Right.
a lung? Did you do anything?
And a lot of
internal?
times the pain's so bad, you kind of have to.
Yeah.
You're right. Once you get there, they're going to tell you arrest it. But
Nothing we can do.
I feel like you got to check it. I mean, I don't know. It's like fingers and toes, right? And I go, you can go to the hospital. I go, your foot's already black and blue. Like, you clearly broke your 2 toes. But I go, they're just going to put it in a splint.
Yeah,
They can put it
same with a broken ankle or sprained ankle.
Right.
There's not much you can do about it. You can do physical therapy after the fact.
Sure.
But if you think that you broke it, then they need to put it.
Then
in
you go.
cast.
And then you
so
find
you
out
need to
it's
get an
all
X-ray to
sprained.
find out, did I just sprain this thing or did I really just snap it in half?
I'm just wondering what the cost difference is, right? Like, you go to the hospital, it's already expensive. Now, if I break my leg, they're going to set my leg, they're going to blah, 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 all the stuff that goes along with it. I get it. With the ribs, like, I know I owe you for your time, but literally, you can't do anything. How much is this going to cost me for you to tell me that they can't do S? I remember my buddy Mike Ciparini. He had broken his ribs in a 3-man sledding accident that I was a part of. I just hit my ankle. He was behind me, hit his ribs on a tree stump. So that night we go to the hospital, and I remember he walked in after me, which is kind of funny. We're all just kind of smiling about it, like, kids, whatever. See him the next day in school, and it looks like there's nothing wrong with him. Because I come in, I'm on crutches. The other guy that was with us, he managed to avoid injury. So he's got a few scrapes, but he's all right. But Mike, who at the moment seemed like he got the worst of it. We're kids, so we don't get it. I'm like, dude, what the hell? Like, I've got a cast. I'm on crutches. I'm half immobilized. He just looks at me, and he sounded so sad. He's like, man, just don't make me laugh. I'm like, why can't you laugh? He's like, my ribs are broken. And within 5 seconds after that, somebody said something in the hallway, because this is between classes, that made him laugh. And when he laughed, he collapsed to the ground, and he's crying and laughing. It was just, as a kid, it was weird. Like, he's sobbing, but he's dying of laughter, and he's just huddled on the ground. And we're like, man, are you okay? He's like, no.
I was
He sent his ass.
I was going to say, generally, skiing or snowboarding injuries, and a lot of times is ribs.
Yeah.
I could almost guarantee, like, was this post-lunch? Post-couple cocktails? And they're like, yeah, how'd you know? And it's like, well, because sober you never went to the top of the mountain. But 3 or 4 beer, you said, I could do that run.
And now, the men's room legacy continues. Unfortunately, what you're about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright, or what some people would call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. and all have played doctors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the men's room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the men's room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the men's room.
And away we go. Welcome to the 20th anniversary season, episode number 4,423. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill, the Ted Smith, and Mike Hawk. And you are the men's room. On tap today, the return of Who Sucks Less. We will play Profile This, plus headlines, a men's room shot of the day, fun with listener emails, and everyone's favorite, TV Time with Ted.
Clack, clack.
All right, here we go. A couple gets arrested. The couple that got arrested for having sex in their seats on a JetBlue flight sees the judge get them both off.
Hey-o.
Meanwhile, a yoga instructor is arrested for hosting sex classes where people would learn to boff. Lost Dog is reunited with owner when his dirty socks were put in a trap. After releasing 2 inmates accidentally, prison warden says, crap. And to Maryland, where it was the kids that put the needles in the Halloween candy. That is all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, do the names Sonny Williams and Butch Wilmore ring a bell? No? You got nothing? Okay, well, whether they do or not, they were the astronauts who unexpectedly spent 9 months in space due to a technical issue with their return vehicle. See, they were supposed to be on the International Space Station for 7 days. They were there for 286 days. Everyone knew where they were. There was just nothing anyone could do about it, and they finally returned to Earth in March of this year. Well, now it's the Chinese astronauts' turn. A group of Chinese astronauts, they face a quote-unquote delayed return to Earth after their spacecraft was damaged. No other details. That's it. Side note, they have a deep fryer up there, and they actually make fried chicken. I'm not
chicken
kidding.
wings.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Hot Pocket.
That's a hell of a deal, man. Now, they're just stuck in space for who knows how long. And again, we know where they are, but no one can do anything about it. On the flip side, no one knew where a 65-year-old California man was for 3 weeks. He went hunting and pretty much disappeared until another hunting group actually found his ass and got him back to safety. Now, in my opinion, neither the astronauts nor the hunter has it as bad as a guy named Brian Hooper. He spent 27 years in prison for a crime that he did not commit. Turns out that the key witness at his trial 27 years ago was actually the murderer, and after 27 years decided to confess. So now he's out and they can see his 4 children. 27 years stuck in jail. And then there's a couple from Buffalo, New York who visited Jamaica for an anniversary. They're only supposed to be there for 4 days, but thanks to Hurricane Melissa and multiple canceled flights, they're still there. And their hotel just went up to $650 a night. Yay for them. They've been there for 2 weeks now. The point is, sometimes we get stuck, stranded, or lost. And while it sucks, it also gives you a story. And that's why we want to hear today, because today's question, quite simply, is, where did you get stuck, stranded, or lost?
To be a part of the big show, call 206-803-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on X and Instagram at Men's Room Live. Send your emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com. And now watch the show live on YouTube at KISW Rock. shows, away we go. Welcome to the 20th anniversary season, episode number 4,422. What a large and a charge program we have for you today. Once again, we'll be joined by Taryn Daly. Steve Miggs from the Daily Miggs Morning Show. We're going to sit and spin. Today, I'd like to say, as Joe Piscopo said on SNL many years back, today, music the young people will enjoy.
All right, what do you got? The 10 greatest songs of the 21st century.
So far, 25 years in.
These are the greatest.
The greatest songs so far
Now,
of
Mike,
the 21st century.
We're a quarter of a way through the century.
Yes.
You have access to the list.
Yes.
Do you agree with
No.
the 25 greatest songs?
No.
Do you think they're even close? I mean, anyone can debate anything, but I mean, are they even? Who is this from? Is this
Rolling Stone.
Never
All
mind.
right.
Rolling Stone
Okay.
magazine.
So no.
Yeah. Okay.
I still get a subscription.
Do you?
No, they don't do that anymore.
I was like, Jesus, man.
Yeah. It's on the back of my toilet.
I think I held on the longest with that SI subscription.
Yeah, you probably did. Yeah.
So we're going to find out if we can identify any of these tunes. It's been 25 years of popular music. They say these are the 10 greatest songs
Greatest.
so far of the 21st century.
So that says a lot, man, because this is not Billboard. So this is not that you just sold them all. These are, as Rolling Stone likes to say, the deep dive. These are musically.
That's right.
This is the best we've done in humanity for the first 25 years.
Yes.
Okay.
That's coming up at 4:30.
Already annoyed.
No.
By the way, we want to thank everybody who's checked us out so far on YouTube. The show is now live. Not
Yes.
only is it live, but you can catch up on previous episodes. There are some clips of our, I guess, better moments from the show on there. As,
Better is subjective.
That's
but
a
yeah.
word.
But,
Yeah.
The Rolling Stone moments.
Yes. The Rolling Stone has determined these are the best moments from the
It is
movie.
odd to see those replays.
Yeah, you forget half of it.
Right, because you're just in the moment saying stuff. It sounds funny. And then when you see it 2 days later, I'm like, oh, God, that sounds
and
awful.
just so you know, we're not allowed to play the music that we play
Right.
on YouTube. So we've got some highlights from previous years on there, old videos, some highlights from the show since we've been on YouTube are on there as well.
Yep.
In action news. is
In
on there.
action news,
That's
yes.
all part of the YouTube channel. So when you get there, it's KISW Rock. And be sure to subscribe. Give us a thumbs up, or as we like to say, smash the like burger.
Yeah, smash that like burger.
And
Smash it.
and hook it up.
Also
Because
say that in the bedroom. You'd be surprised what happens.
we're trying to impress the people at YouTube.
Hey, I'm here trying to smash that like
Yeah,
burger.
I feel like everyone's like burger might be a little different than everyone else.
But they're all good burgers.
That's right.
I'm still going to enjoy it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'd appreciate that. You can check out the show live, and if you missed it, you can watch the show anytime you want, right there
That easy.
on the new YouTube channel. And today we're going to talk about injuries and just ridiculous ways that your body has been damaged throughout the years. Surely you've got one or two of just incidences where you're like, I cannot believe that this is the reason that I'm in this predicament. And we even go back to the lovely Robin, who was a producer here on the show for many years when we were syndicated.
Yeah.
Robin came in one day, and her entire hand and arm were bandaged. She looked like she was getting taped up for a boxing match. And so she walks in. I'm like, what in the hell happened to you? And she said, well, I was trying to open a jar of pickles.
I mean, right.
And I was like, well, how bad was it? And she's like, it's pretty bad.
And it's why I'm bandaged the way I am bandaged.
Right. You never think when you're going to just open a jar of pickles and enjoy a pickle.
Wow.
I mean, I know you don't enjoy pickles, but
But I open many a jar. It's
She
never
apparently does.
occurred to me that this is going to be a dangerous activity. You know?
And sometimes you're doing activities where you think it's going to be fine. Surely it's safe for everyone else. It has been, but not always. And we start with a story. Over two 11-year-old girls that were hospitalized over the weekend in Louisiana. They fell to the ground from a Ferris wheel.
Oh,
Now, you get on a Ferris wheel, you figure, I'm on a Ferris wheel. This is a slow-moving thing.
right. That's like the least. See, that's something you can get on with your skittish child. And you're like,
Exactly.
we're
No
fine.
matter what your fear is, even if it's a fear of heights or whatever, for some reason, you feel comfortable when you're on a Ferris. Look at carousel. You know, you're just getting on a horse. It's going up and down.
Ferris wheels, though, can be a little bit different.
Surely you're not
'Cause
going to fall
sometime-
off.
Yeah, but sometimes, like,
I mean,
we're
they
used to, like, the
swing
great
a
wheel
little-
down here, but
Right.
sometimes it's just like a bench, and there's just like a
There is
A
but,
bar.
But a lot of times, you make your safety assessment based on the lack of protocols. So you look at a Ferris wheel and you're right, it's just a bench. It's got one bar,
And
you're
you get
thinking-
in there.
and it moves slow. They don't need more than that, is what you think. Like,
Authorities
it's that simple.
are still trying to figure out what caused their seat to tip them out.
Oh,
Now,
I see. Yep.
Yes, maybe a bolt broke or something, but it just kind of threw them forward. A third girl in the seat managed to cling to the overturned basket long enough to be rescued. She was holding on for a while there. The incident happened just before noon at the Harvest Festival in New Roads, which is near Baton Rouge. As it was going around, it was just like stuck in an angle, then flipped out of it. According to a witness, both girls were taken to Children's Hospital in Baton Rouge. They were recovering from unspecified injuries, not thought to be life-threatening, but the cause of the accident, again, remains unclear. Video evidence does point to a possible failure in the mechanism that secures riders in their seat, according to the Ferris wheel operator, which is not saying much, but they're trying to figure out what happened first before they make a statement.
Did you read the story today about the little girl on the roller coaster somewhere in Kansas, somewhere outside of Kansas City? I don't remember the park. So there was a couple on this roller coaster. It's called the Mamba. Gets up to 75 miles an hour. Okay, and it kind of tracks with this Ferris wheel story. So the couple, they are season ticket holders to the amusement park, so they're very familiar. They know all the big hills, they know when it turns, blah, blah, blah. They said when they started going down the first hill, the little girl behind them did not give an age, but like blood-curdling scream, more than you would scream just because you're scared. So they turned around. Basically, long story short, her seatbelt had given way. So they spent this entire ride, this couple, holding. So keep in mind, they have to reach behind themselves. And held her in place. And they said, look, man, if we had let go of her, she'd have flown out of here on every turn, every loop, every freaking thing.
Oh, yeah.
So the ride ends after, 90 seconds, 2 minutes. Sadly, the girl ended up being okay, but sadly for this couple, so they held this girl, prevented her from flying off of this roller coaster. But so many people were waiting to meet them all at the bottom. They said it was kind of chaotic. They never got to see the girl again.
Damn.
Jesus.
Just to say to the family, like, hey, man, we had your kids back. Yeah, I just read that this morning. I'm like,
This is tough to do, to like turn around.
Think about it, especially because you have all those harnesses
You're
on
strapped
you.
in.
Yeah, I guess you kind of rise to the occasion when a kid's life is extended.
Now, this one, fair warning, does not have a happy ending. An American father and son have died after reportedly being stung by a swarm of hornets. They were ziplining in Laos. Daniel Owen and his son were at the Green Jungle Park. Earlier this month, the incident occurred, both from Ohio. He died on or just before his 47th birthday. The pair were taken to a hospital to be treated, and it was confirmed that it was a very brief and rushed attack. They said they did not have much more evidence or any more information to provide. They were stung by hundreds of what appeared to be Asian giant hornets as they were descending from a tree with their guide at the adventure resort. Father and son were initially conscious when they arrived at the clinic, showed no signs of anaphylactic shock. However, they died a few hours later after being taken to the provincial hospital, according to the outlet. I can tell you this firsthand from just ziplining this December in Africa. First of all, the harness is unbelievably tight.
For good reason.
If you're a guy, it is incredibly painful on your junk. Mm-hmm. When I went down one of the slides, or about 7 different slides, my ass.
Is it consistent? Like you can't stop it, it goes from one to the next?
You go from one platform to another.
All right.
And then you get on another line. You clip back in, then you go over another canyon, then you get on a platform down there, you clip in, you go on another canyon, right?
For someone who's scared of heights, what was that experience like for you?
Well, it was over a crocodile-infested river.
Jesus Christ,
So when you're looking down,
that makes it worse.
That adds to
But you don't worry about the heights all of a sudden.
That's kind of part of the thing. Zip line over a crocodile-infested river.
Don't worry about your heights.
God forbid something happened down there. But
could you see them?
Oh God, yes. They're just laying there. They're everywhere. They look like logs.
Are they looking up at you like, ooh, air snack?
No, but they're conveniently under these lines. That's where they kind of hang out and sit around in this cove.
I wonder why.
But at any rate, one of these platforms, I dropped down. The back of my tailbone hit that platform as I was dropping down, and I mean this shock just went up through I basically just bruised my tailbone to the point where I had a moon-sized bruise for the rest of the trip on my ass, which did not fare well, as Ted, you can attest, on an airline flight, in my case, that lasted over 21 hours.
Ugh.
This is the worst place to be injured.
I get bleach your butt after about 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
So I just want to say this about this incident, which is a little bit strange. But every time you get on a different line, you have guides with you.
All right.
There's one that goes down in front of you. They go to that platform in front of you. So they're waiting to kind of catch you. If you have a problem braking, you got a glove.
Sure.
If you don't brake, they'll catch you. And then there's a guy that comes down, and he is the last guide. So each individual group has 2 guides with him. I don't know what the scenario is, but whatever these 2 got into or did, the other guides, they were not injured.
That's the one thing I noticed in the story.
So I'm wondering exactly what happened on this, because they're all in the same group.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't know how this happened.
Maybe they're eating bananas?
Yeah. Bodies were covered in red spots when they were taken to the clinic.
Well, yeah.
It's very, very painful. A lot of stings, maybe more than 100 over the whole body.
Jesus.
I thought already it's a very dangerous situation because I've never seen anything that bad, according to the doctor. By the way, the Asian giant hornet is an invasive hornet native to Asia.
Yeah, I like how they pointed that out. I'm like, is that why you called it Asian?
Yeah.
Because it's from Asia.
They're
It's
the
not,
world's.
it's not invasive in Asia.
well,
It's not, but it's just the way they phrased it.
they're native to Asia.
Native to Asia, but it's different than the other Asian hornets that you keep hearing about, like in England and stuff.
Right. They're
This
the
one's
world's largest and are distinct from Asian hornets, a different type, which are sometimes found. These are bigger.
Have you seen what these things look like?
They look
if
like
I'm thinking
birds.
of the right one, they're about the size of a hummingbird.
Yes.
And the way they fly, their body's almost vertical. Because they can't, like, lift their tail up to fly.
Yes.
So they just kind of hang down. And can't they, like, even if they don't sting you, I believe they can
Listening
spring.
to the men's room
From
with
certain-
Miles
like,
and Thrill.
5, 10
99.9
feet.
KISW.
Hello, Michels, away we go. Welcome to the 20th anniversary season, episode number 4,423. What a large and a charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat. The exciting return to Who Sucks Less.
Yeah.
Steve, I don't know how you do. You find people in the news doing bad crap.
That's correct.
Bring us 3 stories each and every week, and it's up to us to determine, out of the 3, which one sucks the least. How we looking this week on Who Sucks Less?
We're looking brown, Miles. Looking real brown.
Is this a UPS thing?
No, this is a poop thing.
Oh, it's poop.
People doing bad things with poop. People can't just poop like normal people. They say, you know what? I'm not just going to poop, but I'm going to make it newsworthy.
I don't think I've ever done anything bad with poop. You
No.
have.
What did I do with poop?
You threw a turd at some chick's face.
Yeah, well, she called me
See,
the
that's-
N-bomb.
That's a bad thing.
But it wasn't my poop. It was a dog. But that
It
was
doesn't
not
matter.
a
You
bad
did
thing.
bad things with poop. I'm not.
I don't think it was a bad thing.
I don't know that's a
I
bad
was
thing.
responding.
Yeah.
Because I got in trouble when I got home. I was on the walk home from school. I was in 3rd grade. Leslie West was her name. She dropped the N-bomb. There was a piece of dog ass there. I picked it up and smashed it in her face. I get home, and Leslie clearly has told her mother what went down, but not the whole story. And Leslie's mother is now on the phone with my mother. So when I walk into the door, I get this death stare, and my mom's telling me, you need to apologize to this girl, Leslie. I said, I am not going to do that. And my mom's super pissed, whatever. Apologized to the girl's mother, hangs up the phone, reads me the riot act, says, why did you do that? I said, she called me the M-bomb. She's like, hit her with 2 pieces next time. I said, that's all. That's all I'm saying.
Bold move for her to tell her mom after what she did.
I don't think she told her
didn't
what she
say-
said.
I'm aware
She
of that.
just told the story of, hey,
But she didn't
Steve
think that
Hill.
you would follow it up with what she did?
I don't know what she was thinking.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. But yeah, she got a dog turd.
don't
The worst
think
thing I've ever
much.
done with a turd
And then,
is,
you know, because when you're that young, like by the next day, we were fine.
worst thing I ever did with a turd, I told you guys a couple weeks ago. It was in a hotel, and I was staying at this hotel.
Should
before-
this have been the question
before
of
a
the
flight
day?
out of town.
What is
What
the
did you
worst
do?
thing
No,
you've done
look,
with a
look,
turd?
Well, look, I told you, it was a perfect question mark.
Oh, yeah. See?
And I just left it there. I mean, I didn't.
That
I
is
just
pretty gnarly,
I
Miles.
just wanted someone else to see what I had done, and you know, like if I could have just dotted that thing, it'd been perfect. But either way,
I'm the only person in the studio that appreciates that.
Yeah.
I just said this.
Because you guys gave him
all
a
I
lot
said
of
was-
grief. I'm like, that's funny.
It's a ton of grief.
Right.
That's just a turd.
But somebody's got to clean that toilet.
Right.
They just have to flush. It's
just
not like
have
you
to
put
flush.
it on the bed.
No, I just it was
It's
in
in
the
the
water.
toilet.
I know. As the only person in this room who was a janitor, you're still pissed off.
Right.
Like, how did they not flush?
Miles, I want you to imagine you go into a hotel room, you go to use the bathroom, you open it up, and there's a big brown question mark in
I
there.
always leave a 20 on the counter before I leave a hotel room, so it's not like you're getting screwed
It's
over.
not getting away from that. Flush the goddamn toilet.
Right.
I
Like, I'm
do
still
all the time.
pissed.
100% of the
Yeah.
time, I flush the toilet.
Almost 100% of the
But
time.
with
I was
this
a janitor
one-
at the AFL. They paid me very well.
Yeah.
I would still be pissed if somebody left a poop in the toilet.
But you would say you come in here and look at this.
You wouldn't know
Dear
something was
God.
like
I
a
mean, look,
That's
if you would
different,
to
though.
do it with your friends, but you just left that for somebody to clean
I
up
did,
your
I
poop.
did,
Right.
I did.
What'd you do with the toilet paper?
Toilet paper. I just put it to the side a little bit, so it wasn't blocking the actual toilet.
Doggone it, Miles.
I'm smarter than I did.
Again, if you want to call Steve, Ted, or I in, like, you guys gotta check this out. All right, cool. That's fine. It is what it is. Poor housekeeping has to go in there, and they just see a turd in the toilet. They don't see a question mark.
Yeah,
they just see a turd.
I'll stand by myself. That's all. That's all. Who sucks? Let's go up until
Take a
4:30.
picture.
We'll talk about the brown stuff.
Yeah, why don't you take a picture?
You know what? I did take a picture of it.
Do you have it on your phone still?
Probably not. I think I've upgraded my phone since it's in the cloud.
It is in the cloud. Okay.
It's got to be in the cloud, or if I fired up that old phone, you can still look at the pictures on it. So today on the question, we're going to talk about where did you get stuck, stranded, or lost, and defining these a little bit. Like, look, There are times you're stuck in a situation. You might be stuck in a job that you don't like. Your job might take you to a destination that is not the best in the world. You have to work there for a number of times. Certain times in life, it's just where your parents live. And you feel like you're stuck in this town that's just absolutely...
Because you are.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
Nope.
You're stuck in a living situation. Maybe you have like 2 siblings living in your room with you. You are stuck.
Yeah.
All right? Then there is to be stranded. And to be stranded means that you have an idea where you need to go, but for the time being,
You can't get there.
You can't get there. You might be sitting in an airport. You might be stuck on an Amtrak train for 5 hours while they try to clear the roadway because there was a landslide.
Right.
So, stranded and stuck, they're different things. Lost, that is a completely different
You know what
thing,
lost
too.
is.
You do. And fortunately with GPS, that helps out a lot more, but you know what? Oftentimes, that can also be your worst enemy, depending on
Are people driving in the rivers?
how accurate it is.
Yeah.
Well, also, you could be somewhere you don't know. Like Miles and I got kind of lost in Germany coming back from that grocery store.
Which was a little
Oh, that's right.
And it was foggy.
And
There's no dark. There's no street lights. Like, that's one of the few
It was
times.
eerie.
We were kind of looking at each other like, oh, we might be in trouble. And we had no service on our phone.
Of course you
Germany
did.
Germany
Of
at night.
course.
Germany at night is very much like Little Red Riding Hood.
It is, man.
It's
It really-
it's
Or Nottingham Forest.
something, man. It's a dark and eerie place. I can't describe why. I'm not necessarily
I feel
sure.
like fog was just part of the night.
I have some ideas.
Yeah. But we've all been lost at one point in time in our life. I do recall coming out of the MCI Center in Washington, D.C. And the way that the Washington, D.C. Beltway goes is that it's, instead of just in actual blocks, think more like being cut up like a pizza pie. There are streets that run north and south. A lot of them just run at a 45-degree angle as well.
Yeah, everything's kind of diagonal.
Yeah,
Correct.
So you think...
And it
the state-
confuses everyone.
And you got to know the state's names and how the streets are going.
Right.
Yes, and you might be going east, but now you're going southeast. You could be going northeast, both of which not the greatest thing in the
I was
world
going to say,
if you're in Washington D.C. And I left the MCI Center probably at around 4:30 to 5 o'clock in the morning. So it was a long night of partying with the bands that were down there. One of them, a Bad Company, who will be inducted into the Rock and Roll Fame.
It's Capital One Arena now.
It's Capital One Arena. And the messed up part is when I walked out of the dressing room, the entire stage, everything had been torn down. Everything had been loaded up.
Yeah.
The trucks were on their way to the next show. Those guys all flew. So they were just getting on the airplane and flying to the next destination. But I walk out, the arena's empty, which is kind of weird to see. You're like, whoa, this is pretty crazy.
I've been doing coke for a long time.
They were actually setting up the floor for a Wizards game, I believe.
That's what it was.
Or it might have been hockey. I can't remember what time of the year it was, but they were putting the flooring down. It could have been a concert. Who knows? They were just totally doing everything over again. So it had to be a sporting event. At any rate, I get in my car. I start driving. I need to get to work because I'm on the air at 6 o'clock. So it's like 4:30 in the morning, but it's early, so the traffic's not going to be horrible. I can get there in 45 minutes. Not the worst thing in the world. Until I take a couple of wrong turns. And I end up in southeast D.C. Now, keep in mind, it's still dark, obviously. It's 4:30 in the morning. I pulled into a 7-Eleven. I did not even get out of my car. I did not get out of my car. I opened up the door, and a guy standing there. He's like, "What are you doing here?" And I said, to be honest with you, I don't know where I am. I'm going to try to figure it out. I'm going to ask that guy.
Let's explain Southeast D.C. real
Definitely
quick.
getting a cup of coffee. And but could you help me get out of here?
It's a black dude that Miles saw, and he said, "What are you doing here?" Because Miles is white. That's what you need to know about
Yes,
South.
yeah.
Why are you even here?
Correct. I was not in a great part of town. But it's 7-Eleven at night, so it's never going to be...
It ain't going to be great no matter what.
There's going to be something. I didn't even get
When
it.
I was at DeMatha, me and my buddy would drive home a couple of our friends sometimes to Southeast, and we would hang out, and they would say, "Hey, it's getting dark. You two should go home." Because we were, it's just the way Southeast is.
And so I said, well, I'm just going to get a coffee. He said, "Don't go in there. Do not get out of your car." And I said, "Why?" He's like, "You don't want to go in there." And I was like, is the place being robbed, or what the hell's going on? He's like, "It's not safe." I was like,
For
"All right."
you.
I was like, "All right." Well, he basically surmised that.
Yeah.
And
You're the place.
Yeah, that is one of the few times in my life that honestly I have been called a honky.
Really?
Yes.
Did you also go back to the 1970s?
He called me a honky. He's like, honky, you don't want to go in there. You want to get out.
All right, that's
Yeah,
fair.
he wasn't
I feel
being, he
like-
wasn't being a D.
But if someone dropped the N-bomb on me and followed that with, you don't want to go in there, I would be inclined to believe them.
Yeah. So I said, okay. Because
Right.
I'm thinking,
I just don't know that we take honky as bad as that.
No, but I'd be like, look, I'm pissed, but I'm taking your word for it. If that's how you say that, then I definitely don't want to go
He said,
there.
do you want to get out of here? He said, you need to get out of here now. Do you want to get out of here? And I was like, yeah. He's like, $20. So I give the guy $20, and I'm just thinking to myself, surely I will find a place to be able to stop and get a coffee and get a little gas in my car. I'll be fine. Okay, the way he took me out was actually more through Southeast.
Right.
So I'm still going toward the Beltway in the same direction that I was going. I'm just going toward, well, what's that bridge? Kind of north of there. I don't know. The big bridge that,
Is that the Wilson Bridge?
I think the Wilson Bridge. I'm kind of going in that
right, because the
direction.
Wilson Bridge is on that side, and on the other side's the Legion.
So,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm going that way, and it just keeps getting worse. Like the situation is not getting better. There is nothing open. Every retail establishment on this street has a metal garage door and then a metal grate.
Right.
That's
In
locking
front of that.
That's locking the front of every single retail place along the way. I did not even have an opportunity to stop anywhere until I got to the Beltway.
That's probably
It
why
went
he
all
sent
the
you that way.
All the
Yeah.
way to the Beltway. But, but I really, even though I was on one road, I got lost before I got to the 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
But I still don't know where I am. And when you're in the middle of D.C., you don't realize how big that Beltway is and how far you have to drive to get back onto the main road.
Yeah.
It's a ways. And there's lights the entire time. Every time I'm pulling up.
That's the nightmare for you. It's stopping at the light, man.
Because there's guys on the corner of every single block. It's 4:30 in the morning. They are not up for work. They've been up all night like I have. But that was one of those times when I got on the Beltway, I was like, damn, man, I really need to pay more. And this is before cell phones with GPS.
Yeah.
And all those things. I mean, I think I had a flip phone, but I did not have one with navigation. But it was, I needed to get my ass out of there.
Yeah, you did.
And that I think that was probably the worst. One more other time coming back from the beach, Baltimore City, got a little bit lost in there. That was a little bit weird.
Or in East Baltimore the one time. And I'm like, bro, you need to turn your car around and we need to get out of here.
Yes, at that point in time.
Can't be that bad. I'm like, brother, you need to turn the car around and we need to get out of here. That is, so when people say, is Baltimore like The Wire? That part of Baltimore is very much like The Wire. It's
I
like,
would say for me, Norfolk.
oh, that's
I'm in my
brutal.
mom's 97 Cadillac DeVille. Right? She was like, anyhow.
At least you're rolling right.
Atlantic
Right.
City's another one.
It's a hood classic car, this and that. I don't know why I got off to get gas, but now I'm in the neighborhoods and I am lost. And I pull up, and I mean, look, it's a bad neighborhood. So there's just a cop on a corner. And I roll down the window. He looks in and goes, "Lost, huh? Follow me. You shouldn't be in this neighborhood."
Oh, so he gave you a ride out.
He was like, "Follow me to the highway. You shouldn't be in this neighborhood."
I'll put it in perspective. That is my mother's side of the family, all right? They're from Norfolk, all right? So my father jokingly, I'm a kid at this point, maybe 10 years old, and my father asked my grandfather, jokingly, what do you call someone from Norfolk anyway? Obviously alluding to the F-burp. And
And
my grandfather never cussed, ever. Not one time.
What is it,
that I ever heard.
Norfolkian?
I guess, but that's what we're waiting to hear, right?
Yeah.
So we're kind of waiting to hear what it is, man. My grandfather looked at my father and said, N-bomb. That's what everybody else calls us. That was it. That is what you call it.
Not nearly as bad as being lost in space or stuck in space.
Yeah.
A group of Chinese astronauts face
the
a
difference?
delayed return to Earth.
Because at least being stuck in space, man, look, it sucks, but at least you can look out the window and say, that is Earth. As opposed to looking out the window and saying, I do not know where we are. That would be
Well,
terrifying.
here's the problem. Their spacecraft was struck by a small piece of debris, which they actually believe to be a man-made satellite.
Oh, really?
So not like space crap. The return,
Spacecraft.
originally scheduled for today, is going to be pushed back to an unspecified date, according to the state. No other further details.
Unspecified means we don't know.
Yeah, they were on their Shenzhou 20 mission. They flew to the space station in April, and were done with their 6-month rotation.
All right.
So they've been up there for a half a year. Suni Williams and Butch Wilmore. Oh, this is the other.
This is the U.S.
Gotcha,
astronauts are up there.
Yeah. So they docked onto the space station, I guess, on Saturday. I'm not sure exactly.
They're not giving a lot of details. They're just like, yeah, they're up there. We don't know when they're coming back.
Well, they were successfully able to dock, but the people that are on there, again, might not be able to get
You
back.
still can't get back.
So there's a rotation in place, and I'm not sure that any of that's going to happen. Much the same as our NASA astronauts, Suni Williams and Butch Wilmore, who returned to Earth after the mission was extended 9 months due to technical issues. We'll say this, though. I saw a video of the Chinese space station a couple days ago.
Yeah.
And they do have an air fryer. They have a convection oven, and they were making chicken wings. So,
I mean-
at the very least,
Right.
they can just sit up there, hopefully,
Eat wings.
and eat chicken wings.
What else are you going to do in space? Nothing to do. Like, make wings, man.
Where did you get stuck, stranded, or lost? 206-803-ROCK.
The Men's Room on The Rock. Brought to you in part by...
Possibly.
And into the interior yard of the butcher's next door.
I love this story.
He subsequently gained entrance into the store as he was on the back side of it. After that, he consumed several sausages and then alerted police.
Wait, he ate the sausages first?
Oh, yeah. This guy knows what he's doing.
I thought it was the other way
Let
around.
me put down a couple sausages and then call and be like,
That'd
hey, I
be
need
great.
help.
The man was taken to a nearby clinic in an ambulance for treatment.
You got to be pretty drunk to not recognize you're next door to the pub you
To
were
the
in.
that you frequent.
But he fell into a butcher shop that made sausage. Now, the butcher shop's branch, so I'm assuming he had a Land Jaeger.
Probably.
Probably.
Had to be cured or smoked, right? You're not going to eat the raw
Yeah,
ones.
Exactly. The branch manager was alerted by police just before 1 a.m. The person was just lying there in our shop. She reported that a pigeon net on the building had been torn and the door to the butcher shop damaged. And 2 sausages had been taken out of cold storage.
That's it.
Police did not mention whether or not the butcher was compensated for their wares. The authorities also did not provide details about the man's injuries. He was not able to respond to questions, according to police, so he was pretty messed up.
Oh, yeah.
He was being investigated on suspicion of a property crime, basically the damage that he did to the pigeon net, the door, and the taking of the 2 sausages.
That's the worst thing he could have done.
I mean, every country has its own laws, but, like, I don't know, you get him for, like, damaging the pigeon. Like, I fell out of a window, man. There was no intent here.
Yeah.
You can give me
No.
all the sausages. Yes, I did. I did make the sausages before I even called. But the pigeon net, like, dude, I fell out of a window.
But you still got to pay for it.
Fine.
Because he's drunk. He shouldn't have fell out of the window.
That is a strong point.
You know what I
Actually,
mean? Like, if I'm walking home and stumble into your car and dent it, like, it's still on me that I dented your car.
that is fair. I remember a couple of months ago, Castle was reading me the riot act, so I got just absolutely plowed, right? But so he's kind of done with his spiel. So I don't remember everything, but I do know the next morning, after dealing with the wife, she also explained the reason your face hurts is because you did a face plant on the front steps of the house. I'm like, okay, good to know, right? That's all I know. So Castle's like reading me the riot act, and then at one point he just kind of stops and he looks at me and he goes, "What the F happened to your face?" I just shrugged. I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, it's like, oh my God.
Good times.
Yeah.
Our question, what is the most ridiculous way that your body has been damaged? 206-803-ROCK.
Yeah, I didn't really notice like your glasses at first. I'm just, it's awfully quiet in here today.
Oh, yeah.
And then, I think it was later in the day, somebody was like, did you notice this? And I was like, and I think I was like, dude, what happened to your note? You're like, I don't know. I was like, oh, yep.
I don't
like, you
know.
didn't even have to say anything. I was like, I can put 2 and 2 together.
That marks 2 injuries that you don't know how in the hell it happened, dude.
What's the other one?
You broke your hand. You broke your wrist.
That I do know how it happened. It's that the doctor didn't believe me. That was, we had launched the Men's Room Black, all right? And that was a much heavier alcohol content than it tasted. So we had a big party down at the Legion. I drank however many I drank. I don't remember. But when I left, I ended up doing a face plant, but tried to catch myself with my left hand. Broke my wrist. No big deal. The only problem was that next day, we were taking my daughter to Disney on Ice for her 2nd birthday, right? So my wife's like, "You need to go to the hospital." I said, "I know that, but I'm not in danger of dying, and I'm not going to ruin her birthday, right?" That's what kids do to you. So it's her second birthday. It's Disney on frickin' Ice, and it's not like I'm dying to go, but I gotta go. It's her birthday, Brad. My daughter had the time of her life, and the whole time I'm there, I'm just holding my left wrist in my right hand. So the following day, I finally go to the doctor. She asked what happened, and I told her straight up, "Oh, dude, I got pissed drunk, fell down, tried to stop myself. My weight took out my wrist. Right? That's it. No big deal." Then she asked my wife the same question. My wife's like, "He got pissed drunk. He fell down. He tried to catch himself, snapped his wrist." Now she pulls me away from the wife, and we're in the actual doctor's room, and she's like, "Sir." You would think she thinks my wife is abusing me or something, right? Because she was like,
down the stairs.
Sir, it was weird, man. Because she's like, "Honestly, sir, what happened?" I'm like, "Lady, I don't know what to tell you. I got effed up last night. I fell down and I broke my effing wrist." I'm like, there is no story.
There's no mystery.
There's nothing exciting. I got drunk and effed up. That's why I'm here.
Our question, what is the most ridiculous way that your body has been damaged? 206-803-ROCK.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK from the Pinky's Plumbing Studio. You're in the men's room.
Unwrapped is going to be a killer night Friday, December 12th. Angel of the Winds Arena in Everett. Those tickets now as low as $55 to get into the show.
55.
There are a few down in the lower bowl, but they're opening up the sections up top.
Yeah.
Either
All
way,
right.
not a bad seat in the house.
No, there's really
And Daily Mix Morning Show tomorrow at 9:10 has another chance for you to win. Our question, what is the most ridiculous way that your body has been damaged? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Ty. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So there was this one time when I was bringing my laundry up from my basement, and I was walking in my hallway, and we had this picture frame that was hanging up on the wall. It was kind of broken, so it was pretty much glass exposed on one side. And I turned around because my son called my name, and my knuckle with my tattoo on it got skinned, and it took off the whole tattoo.
Oh.
It was still hanging on the skin was still hanging on the picture frame.
But you lost the tattoo. Like, it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
Wow. So you basically scalped your finger.
Oh, yeah.
I think your son set you up, man.
Tell me you got this picture reframed, took it down.
Oh, yeah. We took down the old frame and reframed the picture in a new one.
Okay. How long had it been there in that condition before you skinned your finger?
Oh, probably like a good year.
How did it break?
So it fell off the wall one time.
Oh, all right. Well, there you go.
No, but you live like a true adult. Like, I know there's something faulty with this. I know that potentially it's dangerous, but I'm not going to worry about it until I hurt myself.
Well,
and then within 24 hours, then I will take care of it.
Well, look, I know a few people in my life that have broken their phone, and the only thing that got them to go and get a new screen on it was because they kept cutting their fingers.
That was me.
Are you serious?
You and
did it.
someone I used to be married to.
Oh, really?
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I did it. My
Oh,
wife
yeah.
kept saying, get a new phone. And
Blood everywhere.
I just don't care about phones. I don't, right? And I said, babe, but it still works. She's like, there's blood on your screen and your fingertips are all gnarly. I said, well, yeah, because every time I got to do something on the screen, it cuts my fingers. And she's like, think about what you're saying out loud. I'm like, I know how it sounds. I don't want to spend all the money to get a new phone. And she's like, F that. We're getting a new phone. So that's why I got a new phone. But yeah, same thing. I dropped it, I don't know, maybe a year before that. And then the more you use it, the more it just kind of cracks.
Yeah.
But then it starts flaking off a little bit, and that's where it cuts you. So you realize, like, every time you do something on your phone, like, I'm bleeding again. And then you couldn't really wipe the blood off because it just broke the phone more. So you kind of had an impasse. There was this blood-encrusted phone. I didn't care, Like I said, I tried not to use the phone, but she's like, dude, this is ridiculous. You're a grown-ass adult. We have children who look up to you, so why don't you try to make the right decision there? I'm like, fine. So now I have a new phone. But yeah,
I just wouldn't want to keep cutting my finger.
No.
It doesn't
I don't
really
like glass
hurt.
shards going into my fingers.
Everything you're saying makes sense, but it's one of those cuts that it doesn't hurt. You ever cut yourself shaving and not realize that you cut yourself shaving until you look in the mirror?
Yeah, or you're like, right, you rinse off, you see the blood.
Yeah, it was kind of like that. So you didn't really feel it at the time, but by the time you were done with the phone, you realize that is fresh blood on this screen.
What is the most ridiculous way that your body has been damaged? 206-803-ROCK.
I know. Saying it out loud, it sounds
Right.
ridiculous.
I mean, I'm just like, you're walking through it, but I'm just like, you could get just the screen replaced too.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I did not know that.
You just take it into a phone repair shop.
I had no idea.
like
I had to
30
do a whole new
30
phone.
seconds.
Okay, yeah, this took longer.
You have
and
your
cost
phone
more.
in a case?
Yeah, I do now.
Okay.
But yeah, it was just the screen, man. Yeah. I did not realize they could just repair the screen. My bad. Hello, Brian. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So the story here is this is a couple of winters ago. Me and the wife and her friend went over to Leavenworth and was having ourselves a little night recap, having some good festivities at the bar. And on the way back to our hotel, we seen a little plastic sled with the tip broken off. My wife's like, I bet you could probably snowboard down this little hill and hit that ramp. And I was like, I don't know. But I was drunk enough. I was like, you know what? I might be able to.
How old are you at the moment that you're doing this?
I was like 25, 26.
You're still in the zone.
And this is the little sledding hill in the middle of town?
Yeah, right in the middle of town.
All right.
So
I got you.
I go to slide down. I almost hit the ramp. And I was like, you know what? I think I could do that. That didn't hurt that bad when I fell. Second time, I go down, and I fall right off into what I thought was just a pack of snow, but it had frozen over, landed on my ribs, and proceeded to fracture 2 of my ribs.
Damn, man.
Did not find out that I fractured my ribs until I went to the chiropractor with my wife because I was having lower back problems. And they're like, well, we need to do x-rays on you. We'll check it out. And she comes back and she goes, do you know that you have 2 broken ribs? I
Well,
said,
it's amazing,
no, but
man.
that would explain the pain that I've been having.
How long were you in pain before you went to the chiropractor?
Coughing, laughing, sneezing is the worst.
Right.
That is the worst.
The hardest thing for me, so obviously I was drunk when it happened, so I didn't really feel much. It was when I woke up the next morning in our hotel, I went to sit up to go to the bathroom, and I could not sit up.
Yeah, that's a pretty good sign.
I had to roll over onto my stomach and then stand up out of the bed.
And how long? How long between all of this and then seeing the chiropractor?
It was about 5 days.
Gee, why did you wait that long? Like, I know a lot of times we will be injured or hurt ourselves, and we don't necessarily seek immediate medical attention, but I feel like if I cannot perform a certain task, like get out of bed, then definitely I would go see a doctor.
Yeah, I was young and dumb. I was like, you know what, I think I can work my way through this. And then when I finally win, and I was like, yeah, this is not good. When I realized I couldn't cough, I couldn't sneeze, like breathing, all that stuff.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Pinky's Plumbing Studio, you're in the men's room. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK.
My question, where did you get stuck, stranded, or lost? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Casey. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola.
How are you guys doing today?
Doing great, man. It's a beautiful day out there.
Absolutely. The sun is shining and warm out. It's great.
Birds are singing.
I need your computer screen instead of mine. Hey, so the place that I got stuck, if you found a world map and you looked between Africa and India, you'd zoom in real far and find a place called Diego Garcia. And it's a little tiny island that's basically one giant airstrip that's run by a few locals that lived there before the British and U.S. militaries kind of took it over for I don't know, like a supply depot, right? It's kind of the halfway point. It's just logistically, it's a good place to have.
I thought it was a third baseman.
I was going to say, it sounds like a baseball player.
Like from Cuba, right?
Yeah.
So the reason I got stuck there is because with this place being as remote as it is, there is one flight in and one flight out a week. So you fly in on Saturday and you're stuck for a week whether you want to be or not, or you wait a whole week and you fly out the next Saturday.
Is
right?
there anything to do?
There, right? Like if I'm there for a week, what can I do?
You can go deep sea fishing for $20 a day with no limit. With the most, I mean, when I say the most exotic fish, guys, this stuff is stuff you never heard of.
Yeah, but you're just bringing it back to eat, right? Hopefully.
Well, so here's what we did. 4 of us went out all day. We got, 18, 19, 20 tuna, something like that, and a whole bunch of bottom fish. Way more fish than any of us could eat. So we ended up taking all of our catch to the one of 3 local restaurants, gave it to the cooks and said, listen, you make us a couple of tuna steaks and something that tastes good, and you can have the rest for a buffet if you want it. So they did. I mean, that's kind of just how it worked.
All right.
A full-body 2-hour massage from a, little, I don't know what their ethnicity is there, so we'll just say a little native girl is,
They're Diego Garcian. It's right in the name.
Yeah. So that's where I was stuck. And the reason I was stuck there is because they flew us in on a Saturday, and the submarine that was supposed to dock that needed some work done on it, some welding, wasn't due to show up until the following Thursday. So we waited around until Thursday in the most tropical, beautiful place you can imagine with no job to do. When the sub showed up Thursday, they said, hey, everybody show up on Friday morning, and we'll figure out what jobs we can do, what needs to be done. So we get there on Friday morning, and we realize that because a nuclear submarine has really hot reactors, they have to cool down the reactors before they're safe for people that aren't normally in the engine room to actually enter the engine room. So they said, hey, all right, it's Friday morning. Everybody come back Saturday morning. We're going to give the reactors 24 hours to cool down, whatever it is, and we'll commence we'll start work Saturday morning. All right, cool. We got an extra day of play. So we go out, have a great time. Saturday morning we show up, and there's no boat. There's no sub. We go, what the heck just happened? Well, it turns out something happened in the world, and they raised what they call the recall flag. So, flags on a ship, right? So used to be that you'd raise the recall flag, and every sailor in port would see, oh, crap, I got to get back to the boat. So they raise the recall flag. Every sailor goes back to the sub, and they're gone. Well, they said, well, hey, we got no job to do, and Saturday, it's now Saturday morning. It's the only time a plane can get us out of here. We scrambled back to the hotel, packed up our crap, got to the one airstrip as we watched that plane take off. Oh, we had 2 weeks. We had 2 weeks in the most tropical, and I'm telling you guys, there was a depth finder, a fish finder on the boat that we went, and it was 120-foot clarity visibility through this water.
Damn. I mean, I'm looking at it right now. It looks absolutely gorgeous.
But Diego Garcia, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to Google this bad boy.
Yeah.
And we can't go there. You got to be in the military.
Well, yes and no. All right. So if you're a member of the U.S. military, the British military, you can. Or if you're a member of what's called MSC, Military Sea Lift Command, which is kind of like the civilians' version of supply depots for the Navy.
It looks like you can traverse It looks like you can traverse the island in a half an hour by car.
You could traverse the island in 20 minutes on a bike. Ask me how I know.
Wow. It is that small.
I mean, I'm looking at it now. Yeah. That is a teeny. You're not kidding about the water. Good God, man.
Where is the
airstrip? Let me tell you this. Dude, there are guys that get stationed there for 2 years. That's their job, is to be a weatherman and tell the Pentagon what the weather's doing in the middle of the ocean there.
Are they happy to be there? If you get the 2-year assignment, are you like, hell yeah?
I will say this. There is a waiting list, but most guys after about 6 months have had all the massage they can get. They've had all the deep sea fishing they can get.
Right. And there's just nothing else to do.
About it, the worst part about it truly is if you have an emergency at home, like dad's going to die, you got 3 days. Sorry, man. Hope you can Skype.
Oh,
yeah. That would be brutal.
That is a good point.
Is there a downtown area where they actually have restaurants, or do you eat on base?
Well, that's just it. The whole thing is a base. So the whole thing is a downtown with restaurants. They just kind of have them sprinkled throughout, and you just take the free shuttle bus that just does a loop 24 hours a day to pick up drunk British Marines or U.S. sailors.
Now, are there any are the restaurants like when I find a McDonald's there?
No. These are all basically just buildings they've converted with a sink and a place where you can wash dishes and prepare the food, and then a place to eat out front.
I mean, is there a place to go get breakfast?
Well, no, not that I know of. But then again,
and you were there long enough.
Work. Well, I was there hungover most mornings, so I didn't get. I wasn't there to work apparently, just hang out. So
it's a military base. You go to Chow Hall.
Sure.
Well, you got a free place to stay, correct?
Yes.
And now
they're paying you to be there.
The people that live on the island, all right, the quote-unquote natives, are they actually native to the island, or do they come from either India or Africa and then just make a home there?
I don't know the answer to that, Thrill. What I can tell you is what they looked like, and they looked like South Pacific Islanders. So I don't know where they originated from, whether they were native to that island or imported, but that was the impression I got.
Okay. Wow, that's interesting, man. I've never heard of that place in my life.
Okay, I've been stuck before in Vegas.
Yeah.
But the situation was a huge ice storm in Seattle, New Year's Day. So I'm there for 3 days. And as you know, in Vegas, you're busy for 3 days. You burn the candle on both ends. I wasn't getting too crazy, but I was definitely putting it on. And went and saw 3 shows. And at this point in time, after the New Year's Eve and New Year's, and staying up till 3 o'clock in the morning, flights out at like 2 in the afternoon, no big deal. I can sleep in a little bit. It's going to be fine. But at that point in time, at 2 o'clock, when I got back to the hotel, I was like, I'm done. You know when you are done with Vegas.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 3 days is the max.
You know when you want to leave. And look, I had a great time. So I'm not on an island in the middle of the Indian Ocean, but so they shut down SeaTac.
Right.
They canceled flights. They might have got a few out, but it's an ice storm.
Yeah.
And no planes are landing, no planes are taking off. So you're stuck in Vegas, which does not sound like the worst thing in the world. However, I did not know that after New Year's Day, Vegas completely shuts down for most of the staff. This is their vacation time.
Right.
This is when most of the restaurant people, they get time off with their family because they worked all through the holidays. Worked
And
through
New Year's Eve is a
Massive.
S show down there.
It really is. They have fireworks display, the whole deal. I've been down there for the 4th of July. New Year's is a bigger deal. They shut down the Strip.
Yeah.
So you're walking out there, and they still have all the barriers up. But even the White Castle was closed. Everything on the Strip, for the most part, was closed. Now you can still walk through the casinos inside if you wanted to. Because keep in mind, it's getting a little bit cold and everything.
Sure.
But 60 to 80% of the restaurants in the casino were closed. So if you're staying in a casino and they had 6 different types of restaurants,
They don't now.
they do not. They
How
have
weird is that?
they have
man?
1 or 2, and it's typically the buffet,
Right.
or just something that's a general service thing.
I've never been to Dead Vegas. Like, is it
Well, here's all you
like
need to know.
post-apocalyptic? Like, what the hell, man?
Penn and Teller aren't doing their thing, and they do their thing no matter what.
Right.
Donnie and Marie are shut. The worst of the worst
They were performing.
are shut down. No, everybody's
done.
Everybody's done because all the stagehands, all the people that it's just not worth it. There's nobody there.
Sure.
No reason to even turn the lights on in that big of a theater. There's nothing to do. So you're basically just stuck in a casino, blowing your money. You're drinking, but the time is now just crawling.
Yeah.
Just desperately looking for a place to go and eat. And you get on Yelp, they're open. You get there, they're closed.
They're not open, of course.
So no matter what type of turn we tried to make to do anything, I mean, you know what? I guess the best thing was going on was college football.
So you just sat down and watched that.
But you need to sit basically in a sports book.
Yeah.
With those guys. And,
They don't make it fun.
Here I am with my wife, and it was two and a half more days. We'd go to the airport. They thought they could take they thought the flight would be able to take off and land. Then they'd send us back.
Right.
By the way, we checked out of the hotel. Now you got to go back to the same hotel. It's easy to get a room.
Because no one's there.
There's no problem with that.
Was it cheaper? Now that, hey, we have to re-get a hotel room, did you realize that it was cheaper now that it's post-New Year's?
Well, after our 3 nights booked, we were already on a night-to-night basis.
Yeah.
That's a third of the price.
Of course.
There's nobody down there. That's not the issue. The issue is when you are traveling with someone that is one of those people who packs for Vegas, so to speak.
Right.
I don't know which pair of these 6 boots I'm going to wear tonight.
If you bring one, it's an easier answer.
To pack all that crap up, the question every time is, do you have room in your suitcase for what?
No.
What? You just pack accordingly.
Well, packing and unpacking sucks.
You're putting
Yes, it does.
Now you're going downstairs. Now you're getting in a taxi. Now you're going to the airport. Now you're at the airport for 2 or 3 hours. Now they're going to push you back 2 hours.
Yep.
Now you're in there for 5 hours. Now they say, no, sorry, we're not going to do it. Then you put all your crap back in a freaking taxi. You go back to a hotel. You go through the check-in process again, which is still not fast, even if there's no one in line. You get up to your room, which is a mile and a half away. Then you start unpacking your crap again and realizing, there's nowhere open to go eat.
Right.
And now yes, it's Vegas, but you're just...
But you don't go to Vegas to not do stuff.
You're stuck.
Yeah.
That's kind of my issue, right? Like last year, was it the spring, right? Went down to see Dead Company at the Sphere.
Yeah.
So we just went down for 24 hours. So we got an awesome deal on flights and a room. Me and my buddy just shared a room at the Encore.
Okay. Yeah.
Those rooms are so nice, right? The beds are so comfortable. And I said, man, I would love to have a Sunday to just lay around and hang out in this room.
Yeah.
But also, it's Vegas, so we never would.
There's no
We'd end
chance.
up going out and doing stuff.
Because there was stuff to do.
Yeah.
That's another thing. There's no indoor pools. All the pools are closed.
Right.
It's January 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. It's just, you can't believe the things that shut down. Five Guys was shut down. In-N-Out Burger was shut down. Every single thing. That was also on the UNLV campus.
I say, did you walk to In-N-Out Burger to find out that it was closed?
No, actually, we didn't. We called.
Oh, okay.
We ended up eating at a Burger King. But we had to get a cab to get there.
Jeez.
And we ate in the Burger King.
You had to get a cab to go to Burger King.
Right.
That's just...
Which was on the outside of town, in the suburbs, but they were open. So, where did you get stuck, stranded, or lost? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Nicole. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, guys.
Hola.
So, I'm going to try to keep it short. So, when I was in, I think 11th grade in high school, I went to Germany for an exchange program for 6 months. And at the end of the 6 months, typically, you'd go and travel around Europe as one would do, right? You're 17, you got all this time. Well, I met up with my cousin for 3 weeks. We traveled around I think we went from Germany to Amsterdam to Paris, all over the place. But this is in 1997. So imagine, if you will, there are no cell phones, there's no debit cards, nothing, right? And so I had a limited amount of money. It was cash. I had one of those Eurail train tickets that was economy class, and it was, once you start it, you have to, ride the train, and I think you have like 6 rides and like 9 days to finish it. So I was being very, very careful. On our last day, my cousin flew home back to the States. I was going back to Germany, and I had made an actual reservation for like a sleeping car from Milan all the way up to Emmerich, where I was staying, which I think was like 18-hour train ride. It was something ridiculous, you know. So I was all excited. I prepaid for this. It was extra, but I didn't care. So I'm in Milan by myself, and I am looking for my train platform. And I'm not saying I had to travel to Frankfurt first. I'm not seeing the word Frankfurt on any of the signs anywhere. I'm starting to get nervous. I'm like, oh, am I in the wrong train station? What is happening? And the time's going by, and I'm starting to panic. I'm going all up and down. I see no Frankfurt, and all of a sudden I hear over the intercom something about Francoforte, and I went, oh no. So I go running to the platform, and of course the train's taken off, and I was devastated because I had like a minute left on my phone card to call my host family to tell them what was going on. I had, I think, some crackers in my backpack from having traveled. I had no cash left. I had no way to like contact anyone, nothing. So I had to get really creative, but it was still very scary because I couldn't. But what
does it entail being creative? Because you're now stranded in Milan. You need to get your German. Like, what do you do? Yeah, you have no money. You got some crackers. I mean, how the hell do you get back to Frankfurt then?
Oh gosh. So, mind you, I had to go all the way up to Emmerich, which is like on the Dutch border. But like, I was just going to travel to Frankfurt first and then connect there, right? So, I had to figure out. Okay, I had to think of a map in my head. Like, how am I going to get there? Like, what can I do? I don't know I don't know anything about reading timetables for trains in Europe, right? I just basically had like 24 hours left on my train pass and had to figure it out. So, I think I saw a train going to Paris, and I thought, okay, well, if they have economy class, I'll just hop on, and I did. And there was, I think, one other person in the train car with me, and I tried to sleep, thinking, okay, I'm heading north, I'll be fine, I'll get there. So, mind you, it's nighttime. There are people jumping on, they're drunk or whatever, and I'm just a 17-year-old teenage girl just trying to ignore everyone, and of course, the idiots are bugging me. And so I remember once I got to Paris, I hadn't really thought about it, but there were 4 at the time. I don't know if there still are. I haven't been in so long. But there were 4 train stations in Paris, and I think at the one in the south. I needed to go to the one in the north.
Of course you did.
How do I get there? I don't know. I think I at some point I found somebody. I asked them. They told me to get on a subway. I didn't know French, so I was like, cool, okay. I didn't. I think at the time, this is before the euro, also. So I had a few French francs left in my pocket. You know what I mean? Like I think I got on a subway. Somehow I made it there. I go up to a desk at like information desk. Hey, how can I get to Emmerich? And they're like, well, we can't help you. I said, why not? We can't help you. And of course I burst into tears. What am I supposed to do, right? Yeah. I have no way to get in touch with anybody. So I sat down. I was looking around trying to figure out, like, how can I make this happen? I ended up going back up to the information desk because a different person walked up. And they happened to have overheard our conversation and said, I actually printed out an itinerary for you. Don't tell that lady, the one who told me they couldn't help me. So I looked at this itinerary, and it was, I think, 6 or 7 different trains that I had to catch, like just hopping on all these little stations. Oh, my gosh, you guys. It took, I think, 27 hours.
27 freaking hours to get back?
With crackers in my backpack.
You didn't eat the crackers?
Did you ever eat the crackers?
Eventually. I don't know. At some point, I was starving. So, but anyhow, so I took all these little train rides up. The closest I could get to Emmerich was Amsterdam. So I made my way to Amsterdam. I had my 1-minute card left, or phone call left, and I called my host family and said, hi, can you meet me here? And my host sister, she drove, picked me up, and she was absolutely livid. She's like, I don't know what I would have done if your parents had called me. Oh my gosh, they're all expecting you home. They were so upset that I had this issue. I'm like, well, I don't have money. Like, what am I supposed to do?
But looking back, was it a good experience?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, I was 17, right? Like, I'm across the world. It was the end of my big trip to Europe and to Germany. So it was really, I learned a ton from it, that's for sure.
Yeah, so I
mean, it is scary. I mean, we got lost simply on the subway in Munich. And luckily that other couple that were, I want to say, Mormon missionaries were like, go that way. Right? Because there was like, panic was setting in for all of us.
Well,
like,
every name
I
of
don't know
every
which to
town
go.
is 3 sentences.
Yeah, I mean, like, and I don't know why I kept trying to read German. Like, you can read Spanish, I can translate it. I can look at French, mostly translate it. Italian, I can mostly translate it. Germany, you're like, I don't even know why I'm looking at this.
Yeah.
Like, I truly have absolutely no idea what this thing says.
Where did you get stuck, stranded, or lost? 206-803-ROCK.
When I finally went and I was like, yeah, this is not good. When I realized I couldn't cough, I couldn't sneeze, like breathing, all that stuff, I was like, yeah, it's time to get this looked at. And so that's when we looked at it.
Me too, because, you flip over in the middle of the night, you don't really realize you're doing it. But when you have broken ribs on one side, you roll over, you're like, oh, no, not that way. But now your shoulder's hurting because you're only sleeping on that one side all night, so there's no wind.
I remember my buddy Mike Ciparini. He had broken his ribs in a 3-man sledding accident that I was a part of. I just hit my ankle. He was behind me, hit his ribs on a tree stump. So that night we go to the hospital, and I remember he walked in after me, which is kind of funny. We're all just kind of smiling about it, like, kids, whatever. See him the next day in school, and it looks like there's nothing wrong with him. Because I come in, I'm on crutches. The other guy that was with us, he managed to avoid injury. So he's got a few scrapes, but he's all right. But Mike, who at the moment seemed like he got the worst of it, we're kids, so we don't get it. I'm like, dude, what the hell? Like, I've got a cast, I'm on crutches, I'm half immobilized. He just looks at me, and he sounded so sad. He's like, man, just don't make me laugh. I'm like, why can't you laugh? He's like, my ribs are broken. And within 5 seconds after that, somebody said something in the hallway, because this is between classes, that made him laugh. And when he laughed, he collapsed to the ground, and he's crying and laughing. It was just, as a kid, it was weird. Like, he's sobbing, but he's dying of laughter. And he's just huddled on the ground. And we're like, man, are you okay? He's like, no.
I was going to say, generally, skiing or snowboarding injuries, and a lot of times it's ribs.
Yeah.
I could almost guarantee, like, was this post-lunch? Post-couple cocktails? And they're like, yeah, how'd you know? And it's like, well, because sober, you never went to the top of the mountain. But 3 or 4 beers, you said, I could do that run.
Ted, I was in a squat sled. About 10 years ago. That's the kind.
Sled.
Well, your legs are, you're basically sitting on the ground, but your legs are above your head.
That's a leg press.
It's a leg press, but it's not.
Oh, you mean at a gym?
Yeah, it's
Jesus. I thought you meant like you're sledding down a hill. Like
no.
What the hell?
I'm at the gym. I'm doing squats.
Well, leg press.
Leg press.
A lot easier than squats.
Yes, I got a pretty good amount of weight on there. The weights, my legs come down. I don't know if it was like the fat from my stomach or the way that my legs kind of went into my rib cage. I broke both the bottom 2 ribs I had on each side.
God.
And it went pop, pop. And a guy who was doing exercises beside me looked over and he goes, "That wasn't you, was it?" And I was like, "I'm pretty sure I just broke 2 ribs." And he's like, "Oh, man." So I was having a hard time pushing it back up. So he gets behind me and tries to help me put the sled back in place.
Which is much tougher for him,
Yeah.
as opposed to using
And
your leg.
then I roll over and I'm just like, yeah, man, that's. And the weird thing about it was not the worst place to break your ribs. Those 2 on the bottom are not nearly as bad as like when I fell into the sink and broke the 2 that were higher up. The ones on the bottom, for whatever reason, just didn't matter.
So my question,
wasn't that
though,
bad of pain.
You break ribs. You know you've broken the ribs. And the one thing we do know, and doctors will tell you straight up, there ain't a damn thing we can do about it, right?
No,
Literally,
no.
There's nothing. So is it worth going to the hospital? I mean, they can give you painkillers. They can see if
You know
your
what?
lung is punctured or something, but otherwise, they can't do anything. And I understand, but there's literally, there's nothing we can do about it.
That's the only issue. The only issue is, did you puncture an organ? Did you puncture a lung? Did you do anything?
And a lot of
internally?
times the pain's so bad, you kind of have to.
Yeah.
You're right. Once you get there, they're going to tell you arrest it. But
Nothing we can do.
I feel like you got to check it. I mean, I don't know. It's like fingers and toes, right? Like I go, you can go to the hospital. I go, your foot's already black and blue. Like, you clearly broke your 2 toes. But I go, they're just going to put it in a splint.
Yeah.
They can put it
Same with a broken ankle or sprained ankle.
Right.
There's not much you can do about it. You can do physical therapy after the fact.
Sure.
But if you think that you broke it, then they need to put it in
Then
a
you go.
cast.
And then you
so
find
you
out
need to
it's
get an
already
X-ray to
sprained.
find out, did I just sprain this thing or did I really just snap it in half?
I'm just wondering what the cost difference is, right? Like, you go to the hospital, it's already expensive. Now, if I break my leg, they're going to set my leg, they're going to blah, 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 all the stuff that goes along with it. I get it. With the ribs, like, I know I owe you for your time, but literally, you can't do anything. How much is this going to cost me for you to tell me that they can't do S?
What is the most ridiculous way that your body has been damaged? 206-803-ROCK.
I got a bad feeling about this guy. Hello, Miles. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So, once as a minor and once as an adult, I was extremely intoxicated and got a black eye as one time and then got my other black eye the other time.
Both times you were hammered.
Oh, extremely.
Did you get punched or did you fall?
I definitely fell.
All right. What did you fall into that you blackened your eyes?
Well, the first time it was nighttime and there was a ditch that I failed to see and it had pavement on the other side and I just didn't see it and went down, took half my eyebrow off. And the second time, I still, to this day, don't know.
If you lose half your eyebrow, does the hair grow back in the same place?
That's what I'm curious to know.
It does.
Okay, that's good to know. Are you a Miles with an I or a Y?
I.
Okay, you're a cool Miles. That's right. Just making sure.
Have you met a Miles disposal with a Y?
Oh, tons.
A lot of
Miles
Miles
do.
Garrett.
Most do.
Really?
But they're losers.
Because I can think of Miles Davis, which is the first Miles I'd ever heard of, and he's an I. I don't know that I've seen a lot of Y Miles.
Yeah, there are.
So there's Miles
They're not
Garrett.
really legitimate.
Well, if I meet Miles Garrett, I'm going to tell him, hey, man, I'm going to introduce you to this guy because he does not think you're legit.
No. It's like P.H. Stephen.
Well, it's stupid. That's Steph.
They're not real people. What is the most ridiculous way that your body has been damaged? 206-803.
Miles Turner, Miles Gaskins, Miles Garrett.
All Y's?
All Y's.
Hello, Tim. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, guys. How's it going?
Hola. Doing well, man.
So when I was 12 years old, I had my best friend shoot me in my heart with a .22 long rifle.
You asked him to do this?
No. It was probably be funny to point a gun at me and pull the trigger. I had 3 holes in my heart, one in my lung, nicked my liver, broke some ribs.
He shot you 3 times.
No, shot me 1 time. Just the bullet bounced around.
And explain the scenario that led up to this moment. As you said, this is your best friend.
So it was right after Christmas. I was talking to his little sister about what she got for Christmas, and he was up above me. I was laying on a bed, and he just thought it'd be funny to grab his brother's long rifle and point it at me and pull the trigger.
Jesus Christ, man. And what was the damage again? You said you had a hole in the heart, and what else?
So 3 holes in my heart, 1 in my lung, nicked my liver, broke a few ribs.
I'm assuming that he was just absolutely petrified by what he'd done.
Yeah, he pretty much lost his mind. It happened inside his house. I actually got up, walked to the front room, told his dad I'd been shot, and collapsed in the front room. after that, it was just kind of blackout, wake up every time in different places. So I was finally in the hospital.
How long were you in the hospital?
10 days, and then 3 months of recuperation at home.
I'm assuming they had to do a surgery to remove the bullet?
Yeah, no, actually, I still have the bullet inside of me, but...
Really?
Yeah.
Are you guys still friends to this day? Do you stay in contact? Do you ever like reach out on Facebook? How's the heart doing? How you doing?
Nope, stopped talking to him that day.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Okay,
I would do the same thing. I would do the same thing.
He didn't visit you in the hospital? Nothing?
Nothing. Well, their parents came once and visited me in the hospital, and after that, it was pretty much nothing after that.
I wonder if your parents...
Nothing.
If your parents spoke to his parents and said, yeah, they're not going to be friends
You never
anymore.
ran into him anywhere? Same circles? Nothing? Same friend group?
Just at school. So I left the school I was in and went to a different one. We were in the same classes, same grade together.
So you determined you needed to leave that school because you didn't want to hang out with the guy that shot you?
No, my parents moved.
Oh,
And I
okay.
ended up
All right.
going to a different school.
All right, so with the bullet still inside of you, man, if you had to get an MRI, would it be imperative that you let them know that there is
Yes, actually, it's become an issue, and they freak out, and they're like, if you feel anything hot or anything pulling or anything crazy, you let us know so we can shut the machine down. And it kind of freaks you out. You're just like,
Wait.
well, what could happen? They're like, or it could pull it out of your body.
Hold
It's
on.
like, oh, this is going to be great.
they'd put your ass in there anyway. So you tell them there is a bullet inside of my body, and they still put you in the tube. You just let them know if you feel it ripping out.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah, look, man, I'm not a doctor, but my understanding of how those MRIs work, you don't have the time to tell someone that something's getting ripped
Yeah.
out of your body, right? Like all the stories. There was a guy. He was not getting the MRI. He was in the room with someone else getting the MRI, but he had those weight chains on.
Yeah.
And as soon as they turned the thing on, those things ripped off of his body and went to the machine. My
Basically-
understanding of an MRI, I don't think you have the time. It's like telling someone, Ted, I fired the gun. There's a bullet coming at you.
Well, the difference on this was it was not like that this chain yanked him into the machine.
No.
It decapitated him.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely cut his head off.
So I'm saying,
So the pool just went.
He was working next to the machine?
He was in there
he
with
was
his wife.
in the room. All right. She's getting the MRI. He's not in the machine. He's just in the room, but he has one of those big weight chains on. No one thought to tell him, or he didn't think about it, but they flipped that machine on, and basically they turned it on, and he was dead.
What kind of chain?
You see the big, thick, heavy, like guys who do weight training and stuff, you walk around with actual big physical chains.
Oh.
So he was doing a weight training thing, had that on his neck. They flipped the machine on, and his head was missing.
What is the most ridiculous way that your body's been damaged? 206-803-ROCK.
Says, I got hit by a rock the size of a softball in kindergarten in my eye. And I still have this floating scar on my cornea that looks like a mangled helicopter when I stare up at a blue sky. That is quite a lot. And here's a pick-me-up. We had a kid, got a shoelace caught in his bike chain crossing the street, got hit by a semi. It gets worse. His mother was a crossing guard, watched it happen, did not know it was him. Wow. And then to follow up, the family ended up completely falling apart later. That's a pick-me-up. Yeah. Hello, Steve. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Long-time listener since day one.
Oh, thank you, man.
The shenanigans continue. This is the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
65-year-old hunter in California was lost for nearly 3 weeks in the Snowy Mountains and was found alive. He was in the Sierra National Forest in Northern California. 65-year-old Ron Daly. He lives in Fresno County. Went missing October 13th after leaving for a solo hunt. Daly was all set to return that evening, had told relatives his plans and whereabouts. So when he didn't return on time, that sounded off the alarm bells. Believed to be in the Dinky Creek area.
Oh, Dinky Creek, yeah.
The search for Ron Daly would eventually spread across multiple counties and span several weeks. Now the search is over after he was found alive. After being rescued, he would tell news outlets he got lost on Swamp Lake Trail, and from there, he wound up in a region where he needed an off-roading vehicle of some sort. Of course, he did not have that. He was in his truck.
Yeah.
In fact, a member of the Hill Hoppers Rescue would comment on this later. He said they were in disbelief that a stock truck could make it as far as he made his.
Damn.
According to KTLA TV, Ron lived in the bed of his truck for 2 weeks as a shelter in hopes of someone coming along to rescue him. Once he accepted it, he wouldn't be hoofing it out of there on foot. He was just hoping for the best. They announced on Facebook they had found him on November the 1st. Again, he went out October the 13th. Daly said, I went over this thing, and it was scraping the bottom of my truck. I looked up the tree in front of it. That means you better have a rock crawler. I did not have a rock crawler. Shortly thereafter, his truck broke down, and he was stuck.
Of course.
At 10,000 feet elevation.
Jesus.
He drove his truck 10,000 feet. To give you an idea.
That's wild.
I want to say that Camp Muir on Rainier is probably at about 10,000 feet.
All right.
I want to say Paradise sits at 9,000.
Yeah.
So he basically drove it up that much higher.
Yeah, think about that.
Which is insane. Our question, where did you get stuck, stranded, or lost? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Walter. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, guys.
Hola.
All right, I'll try to keep this brief. So I'd come home for, I was living in Virginia at the time. I came home to Washington for Christmas, and when I went to go back, the flights getting out of SeaTac were getting canceled left and right. I think it was like a computer thing, so I barely made it out of SeaTac, and I was supposed to fly through Philly and then get a connector to Virginia. I landed in Philly, and my flight's canceled. I was like, great. Started looking around, and there's going to be no flight. So I thought, okay, you know what? Forget this. My bags ended up on the plane. They're gone. They're off to Virginia, and I'm stuck there. So I decided I'm going to rent a car. I go to the rental counter, and I said, okay, give me the cheapest thing you got. It's Honda Civic at that time. And the guy started telling me, hey, buddy, there might be some snow. You sure you don't want to get an SUV? Don't try to upsell me on an SUV. I'll be fine. This is the East Coast. I foolishly thought they salt the roads here. Snow won't be a problem.
You drove from Philly to Virginia?
Yeah, it was supposed to be a 6-hour drive.
What part of Virginia?
I flew out of Richmond, so that's where my vehicle was, but I was living in Virginia Beach at the time.
All right, so basically you're just going down 95.
Yeah. Oh, Virginia Beach. So you know Norfolk. We are not wrong.
Yep. Yeah, a lot less snow there than they get. So I hit I-95 and it started snowing hard, and I think, okay, I might have taken the SUV. I should have probably taken the SUV.
Should have taken the upsell.
Yeah, hit to Maryland, and the snow is pretty deep. I watched a couple cars spin out. By the time I got around the Beltway, I realized I'm in trouble. There are semis spinning out and cars hitting the barrier. And the snowplows are doing their best to keep up, but they're failing. I think I might be in trouble. Richmond's usually about 2 hours south, but we're crawling. At some point, the snow got so deep that it ripped the splash shields off the bottom of the car.
Jesus.
So now they're scraping along like, oh, great. And then it got dark, and they shut the freeway down.
What do you do?
What do you do if you're on the freeway and they shut it down?
Do they block it before an exit? How do they do that?
There were a couple trucks. It was a big accident. I found out through the grapevine because none of our phone data was working. I was trying to check, like, okay, what's going on? And no websites would load. I was flipping the news radio, and they're like, we don't know what's going on either. So people were, like, walking around out of their cars and kind of found through the grapevine, like, yeah, there's a big wreck up ahead. And Virginia State Police or whatever said, you know what, screw it. We're shutting it down until we can get all this cleared out. So I'm sitting there, and it was about 20 degrees out. The snow had stopped, but I'd only had the little coat that I brought on the plane. And like that other girl that called, I had a couple gas station snacks. That was my only food. And I'm just sitting like, okay. And the next morning, the sun's up. I wake up and, start the car back up. It's freezing. I'm like, oh, my God, I'm still here. I called my boss, and I got a little bit of sympathy there. Like, hey, it's Monday morning. I'm not coming in. I'm like, I don't even know where I am, but I'm not coming to work. I'm not moving. But overall, it took 30 hours to get from Philly to Virginia Beach.
30 hours.
I mean, those storms.
Jeez.
You're right. You don't think about it because it's the Mid-Atlantic.
Right.
But when they blow in,
they're bad, man.
They're bad.
Well, I'm used to dealing with Snoqualmie Pass. Like, yeah, okay, it might shut down for a bit if there's a wreck or they need to do avalanche.
Yeah, but they're prepared. Having a grace is not.
Right.
Well, they're prepared. And the other thing, too, is there's not millions and millions of people living there.
That's a big difference.
So it's a lot
easier. It was the weekend after Christmas. Everyone's trying to get home.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody was out.
Look, man,
that is a horrible.
I'm terrified about traveling back for Thanksgiving. Just because you said they're shutting down some airspace maybe this week, you read?
They're cutting down. So they haven't said
right.
which airports. They just said they're going to cut it down, I think, by 10%.
Was it only 10%? Okay.
So you might get to an airport and they
can't connect you to where you're going.
Or they'll just say, hey, these flights all got canceled.
Well, the director of NASA, which also happens to be conveniently enough the director of transportation, he said that Thanksgiving could be, they might close everything down. They could close some big airports down, smaller airports down. Nothing definitive. But I am flying into smaller airports. I'm flying into bigger airports. I'm flying into airports that will more than likely have delays just based on Thanksgiving volume alone. I mean, I don't care if you're O'Hare or not. It's just do they have enough TSA workers? Do they have enough air traffic controllers to take care of the load?
No,
that is
because you're
coming
not
in there.
paying them. And like anybody,
Correct.
like no one's doing their job on a volunteer basis, man. Like whatever your deal is in Congress, like it doesn't matter to them. They're just not getting paid, right? So nobody cares what your beef is. Figure it out, because these are very critical jobs. Not TSA so much, but air traffic controllers. Like it's real important, man. If you're traveling by air, you take comfort in the fact that these very competent people do this job, and I was like, we're not going to pay you. So there's a very good sense, and it's around the holidays.
Yeah,
like, I'm not coming in.
I'm going home.
I'm going to hang out with my family. I'm not coming in. Right. I'm going to do what everyone else does. F your traffic.
Where did you get stuck, stranded, or lost? 206-803-ROCK.
As somebody that has traveled a lot around the holidays,
yeah,
it is so nice to not have to.
Oh, not go
this
anywhere?
year?
Yeah.
I bet it is.
I feel bad for you, man.
Well, look,
it sucks traveling at Thanksgiving anyway. If you're traveling by air, because everyone knows, right? Big air holiday travel. The most traveled holiday, I want to say.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
And then with you, it's not like you're going to a major city, so you have to make additional connecting flights anyway, which already kind of sucks. Now you have all this crap going on with air traffic controllers and threatening to close down airspace. Like, man, you're setting up for a nightmare, and you've already spent your money.
Like I've said, I've got 50 contacts on my phone, probably.
Yeah.
Whatever. The only one where I go, what? Is when it says mom. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why I do that, because when my mom's not here anymore and she's not around and I can't talk to her, I'm going to be heartbroken.
Sure.
I'm going to be devastated.
But then,
for some reason, when she calls, I'm like, oh, Jesus, God, what?
Right.
So the last time she called me, she's like, hey, I just want to see if you're coming back to West Virginia for Thanksgiving. And I'm like,
which means now you must.
I said, no, I really don't think so. I haven't really planned that. That does not look like that's going to happen. Well, I just want you to know that your grandmother is not doing as well as she has been. And
is that how she phrased it?
She might. I want you to come. This is what she said. I want you to come back where your grandmother still knows who you are and can recognize you.
Yeah, you got to go, man.
And I went, and I hung up the phone. I'm like, okay, I'll call you back. And I went, God damn it! I want to see my grandmother. Don't get me wrong. It's just...
Nah, I understand, man.
Man, if it was any other time or any... whatever.
Yep.
But it's Thanksgiving, so my sister will show up. She'll pick me up from the airport.
With the Popeyes turkey.
I'm looking forward to... And I found out that they're not cooked. You gotta heat those up at home.
That's all right.
It's all right. It's already... But I'm pretty sure you can go straight... They, cook it and then flash freeze it or whatever. So I think you just have to put it in the oven.
Okay. All right.
You just need to heat
easy
it
enough.
up.
Easy enough.
And it's delicious.
Either way.
Yeah, I mean, look, dude, I get you. Look, I'm not looking for sympathy, but having a mother that's early onset Alzheimer's,
yeah, you got to make those trips, man.
Yes.
Getting on a train and taking her to Boston and then getting off of that bus station in Southie and trying to get her to hustle to a bus was not the easiest thing. But same thing, you don't know how that stuff progresses. So I was like, I could do it this summer. I'm going to do it with her.
You got to do it.
Right, while we can remember. So, you're right. When your mom says, hey, grandma might not remember you next year, it's like, I got to go do it.
She's 99.
Yeah.
I mean...
So I owe it to her to be there.
Yeah, 99.
It didn't make me just scream, God damn it, at the top of my lungs.
What's the biggest airport? What's the closest big airport you fly into?
It's about 2.5, 3 hours away from
Pittsburgh, maybe?
No, Charleston, West Virginia. Yeager National.
That's the big airport you're flying into.
There's no...
I mean, you might want to look at just car rentals already.
Seriously, man.
I'm not driving to West Virginia from here.
No,
from
Charleston.
No, you have to.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only way to get there.
All right, well, let's back up. What airport do you get to before you get to Charleston?
O'Hare.
Oh, you can't drive from O'Hare.
God.
No, what I'm saying, once I get to the closest airport, I still have to get in the car for 3 hours.
But I don't
so
even
that's why
know.
my sister's picking me up from the airport.
But I don't know if that
So I'm not renting a
airport's
car.
even going to be open.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Because it's such a small.
That's what I'm saying. I could
Right.
be in Chicago.
You can get to
And
Chicago.
they say, like, look, we just shut down the airspace over, which is what they told me at one point in time when they canceled a flight of mine when my grandfather died. I was in Charlotte, and they canceled the plane into Charleston, and it's his freaking funeral. So I'm sitting in the Charlotte airport, which, by the way, it's okay.
Right.
It was fine. It's just it needs an upgrade. But anyway, I'm stuck there, and the woman said they're not flying in because of weather. And I said, what do you mean they're not flying? Because my flight had been delayed.
All right.
So my brother, meanwhile, is at the Yeager Airport because I was already supposed to be there. It's a 5-hour drive for him to get just to that airport from where he is, right? So he's already there.
Waiting for you.
Because my flight's only an hour.
Yeah.
It's not the longest flight in the world. So I call my brother. I'm like, they're telling me no planes are landing at Yeager Airport. He's like, I just watched 2 land. And I'm like, I'll be right back. I'll call you right back. So I go to the desk. I go, my brother's waiting for me at the airport, man. He's like, planes are continuing to land and will land for the rest of the night. What is the real reason that you're not flying this flight? What is all I need is just the reason. And then I can justify it in my head. The pilot didn't show up.
Right, whatever.
There were not enough people on the flight. That's why they canceled the flight.
Correct.
There were only like 6 of us. The plane holds 22.
And they said the weather.
Just determined that they were going to cancel the flight.
Come on.
Yeah.
They do that stuff all the time.
I just want honesty. There's not enough people on the flight.
You're okay.
I
But
got
just
you.
tell me that.
I got you. Okay.
That's all.
Now I can sit down and go, I understand why.
So how did you end up getting there? Did you have to,
I got there the next day.
so you missed the funeral?
I missed the. So there's a viewing, and then they have the funeral.
Yeah.
I got there just in time for the end of the funeral service.
Jesus.
But then there was kind of like a little celebration afterwards.
Of course.
Yeah.
So the main thing.
That's the one you want to be at.
Yeah. So as long as I made it by that point in time, and I made it. I was so pissed off. And when you're just stewing, just drinking Budweiser or whatever the hell it is in a bar, like, God, I remember being in the bar and like, all right, it's midnight. We're closing up.
Oh, that's the worst.
And I'm like, because my flight was at like 10 the next day. I'm like, well, what time do you guys open? And they're like, 6:30-ish.
I'll see you then.
So 6:30. Drinks don't get served in North Carolina till like 7:38.
Oh,
Did they let you stay in the airport?
That's what I did.
It's funny. I had a buddy. I forget what airport he was at when we were coming back from the national title game, and he was at an airport. And then they were like, the cop was like, "You got to leave," and he's like, "Why?" And he's like, "You can't stay in the airport overnight. We're closed." And he's like,
How small was the town?
"Dude, I want to say it was John Wayne."
Really?
John Wayne in California?
Yeah.
Oh, that's because they shut the airport down at 5 o'clock in the afternoon because of the flight patterns.
But like he's like, look, I have a flight out of here the next day, and it's like in theory, it's like he's not a random homeless person.
Right.
He's already been through security.
I am a
Like,
paid
what do you
customer.
care
Yeah.
if he sleeps on the floor?
Also, it's in a neighborhood because they close so early. They close at 6.
Because people in the neighborhood bitch about
That airport is in the middle of a neighborhood. They drop down. So if you've ever flown into John
But
Wayne,
what was there
you
first?
feel like you're falling out of the sky. I don't know.
That's always my question. Because somebody within the last year who moved to SeaTac was bitching about the flight path. I'm like, you moved to SeaTac.
Yeah, you
That's
basically
where the airport is.
When you
man.
take off out of John Wayne Airport, I don't know what that ski resort is in that part of Southern California.
Well, it's also you got to keep in mind, though, it's Orange County.
They have
So
money. I
so
get it.
rich people can afford to be like, no, you close that
you
airport
basically
early.
just blow up that mountain straight. You can see people skiing. It's crazy.
There is an In-N-Out though, right by the airport.
Is really?
But there is an
Yeah.
In-N-Out.
All right, good to know.
Rich
where
people.
did you get stuck, stranded, or lost? 206-803
I
Rock.
went to visit my friend down at Dana Point. She was like, we should leave early. I was like, we got time. She was like, there's an In-N-Out by the airport. I was like, let's go.
Let's go. Hello, Valdez. Welcome to the men's room.
Liquor and whores.
Liquor and whores.
Hey, so I was about between 8 or 10, I can't really remember. But my class went up to the Pacific Science Center in Seattle. Mind you, I live in Tacoma for a field trip.
All right.
Well, I lost some money. I went back to look for it with my ADHD self, and the entire class left without me, went back to Tacoma, left me in Seattle.
So you just have to call mom and dad to come pick you
Don't
up?
they
or
do
what?
a head count?
You would think that they would, but they never did.
They probably
And
started after they realized they left your
They
ass.
did the same roll call they did in homeroom.
Everyone.
When we got back on a bus for
Yeah,
whatever our
absolutely.
field trip was.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But no, I didn't call mom and dad. This is like late 80s, early 90s.
Okay.
Late 80s. So no cell phones. I started hoofing it. I got to the freeway, I-5 southbound.
Oh, God.
Apparently people decided to call the police, and I got picked up. My mom had to come up to Seattle, pick me up, and
Was there
an adventure in Seattle?
I don't know if you remember this or not. Was there a light rail at that time to Tacoma? I mean, obviously the Amtrak train, the freight train.
I don't think the light rail was in yet.
Well, not light rail, but what the Sounder train.
Yeah, that Sounder train runs during the week during work hours.
Yeah, I think the Sounder train was early 2000s. They didn't really have anything except for probably Amtrak.
But
I
also,
was say,
if
what
you don't
could have
have
gone to King Street and got on there.
Well, I mean, but if you don't have money, you know,
You're a
they
kid.
won't just let you
explain
on.
the situation. I'm in the front desk. I'm like, kid, get on the train. You get off in Tacoma.
I think they call your parents.
I'll call your parents. Your mom can meet you at the train station.
I'm calling the parents first.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you
because I don't know if you're running away. I don't know if you're telling me a sob story. I don't know what you're up to.
Correct.
But I'm not just going
you're
to put your
right.
ass on a train.
You're right. And who knows?
I'll call
if he's
the cop.
8
Yeah.
or 9 years old.
Right. Exactly.
Where did you get stuck, stranded, or lost? 206-803 Rock.
If I saw a kid that old walking down I-5,
I would call the cops.
I would call the cops too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
And that's just
Aurora,
ridiculous.
you can do it.
I would definitely call
Not
the
at
cops on
night.
Aurora.
But it's just, what's more dangerous? Walking solo down I-5 or walking Aurora?
Well,
99 there.
you're not. I'm just saying. He said he was how old?
About 8 or 9, I think you said.
Yeah. Like if I see an 8 or 9 year old or 10-year-old kid just walking down Aurora and it's dark out, I'm gonna be like, that's not right.
No.
Something's up.
Yeah.
Mom's working.
Ugh.
Where did you get stuck, stranded, or lost? 206-803 Rock.
Just let them know if you feel it ripping out.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah, look, man, I'm not a doctor, but my understanding of how those MRIs work, you don't have the time to tell someone, that something's getting ripped out of your body, right? Like all the stories. There was a guy. He was not getting the MRI. He was in the room with someone else getting the MRI, but he had those weight chains on.
Yeah.
And as soon as they turned the thing on, those things ripped off of his body and went to the machine. My understanding of an MRI, I don't think you have the time. It's like telling someone, Ted, I fired the gun. There's a bullet coming at you.
Well, the difference on this was it was not like that this chain yanked him into the machine.
No.
It decapitated him.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely cut his head off.
So I'm saying,
so the pool just went.
He was working next to the machine?
He was in there with his wife.
In the room. All right. She's getting the MRI. He's not in the machine. He's just in the room. But he has one of those big weight chains on. No one thought to tell him, or he didn't think about it, but they flipped that machine on, and basically they turned it on, and he was dead.
What kind of chain?
You see like the big, thick, heavy, like guys who do weight training and stuff, you walk around with actual big physical chains.
Oh.
So he was doing a weight training thing, had that on his neck. They flipped the machine on, and his head was missing.
What is the most ridiculous way that your body's been damaged? 206-803-ROCK.
Says, I got hit by a rock the size of a softball in kindergarten in my eye. And I still have this floating scar on my cornea that looks like a mangled helicopter when I stare up at a blue sky. That is quite a lot. And here's a pick-me-up. We had a kid, got a shoelace caught in his bike chain crossing the street, got hit by a semi. It gets worse. His mother was a crossing guard, watched it happen, did not know it was him. Wow. And then to follow up, the family ended up completely falling apart later. That's a pick-me-up. Yeah. Hello, Steve. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Long-time listener since day one.
Oh, thank you, man.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah, I thought I'd call in about this. This falls under beer decisions.
All right.
Okay. So I'm working on my car. It's got a squeaky belt. So I'm putting sandpaper on the belt. No problem. I got lots of room. My dad starts his car, I don't know, a little bit later. He's got very tight space there, and I'm like, I can do this. Because, again, it's a beer decision. And so I get the sandpaper in there with my index and middle finger. Poop. 2 fingertips gone.
Gone?
Just like that. Yeah. Split second. Twisted off.
You still have 2 fingers with no tips on them.
That's right.
Okay.
Which hand? Right hand or left hand?
Well, that's the crazy part. It's the right hand, which I am right-handed, but I'm also ambidextrous, and I write with my left hand, so it really didn't have a bad effect overall.
So you were already ambidextrous when these 2 fingertips got ripped off?
Yes.
Does that affect your phone use?
Oh, yeah.
Well, the other 2 fingers are good for that.
All right.
What if you're missing 2 fingertips, what are the more difficult things to do that most of us would not think of?
Well, again, I called it the claw, the pinky and the next finger next to it, plus the thumb. I did that for months because it took me 6 months to be able to bend those 2 fingers again. And I can bowl and everything like that.
Just ball slips out of your hand.
I was going to say, do you bowl right-handed? And if you do, does the ball come out early?
No, it's fine because, like I said, 6 months of therapy, I got them to bend back to 90 degrees. They were, like I said, twisted off, so it did some damage.
God.
But here's the crazy part. I had to wait 3 days to get them sewed up. And when I went to, sorry about the background noise. I went to urgent care, and I got a 90-mile-an-hour ambulance drive to Valley Medical Center.
3 days later?
No, that day.
Okay. I should say because they call it urgent care for a reason.
Right.
Not 3 days later.
Yeah,
Why did it take 3 days for them to get to it if you were already there?
Well, they couldn't do it at urgent care, so they sent me down there. And I looked up at the board when I got to urgent care, and they're like, "You're on your own, buddy. 4.5 hours." So I sat there with 106 people for 4.5 hours waiting for whatever. And then it was, an appointment 3 days later. So
I don't feel like you should have to make an appointment for that. Maybe that's just me.
No, you're in first. Would be my guess.
That's what you get these days. the medical profession is in the toilet.
Oh, yeah,
No.
it is.
Well, how long ago did this
Yeah.
happen?
It's been 2.5 years.
Okay,
All
so
right.
not long
Yeah.
ago. All right.
Yeah, I got a good doctor. Oh, and I found one of them the next day.
You found one of your fingers. Where was it? In the carburetor?
No, it was in the driveway.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
Did you keep it?
I picked it up and I rolled it around a little bit, and I said, "Yeah, that's my finger." And I put it back down on the driveway and posed it so I could take pictures from each angle. And so I have that for posterity.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Makes, I
But
guess
you
Yeah.
didn't keep the tip.
I really thought about it, but I was like, you know what? My daughter saved a goldfish in the freezer one time, but I can't do this.
I see.
How long did she keep her her goldfish in the freezer?
Oh my God, it was like 6 months. Yeah, it was kind of weird.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, that's a little weird, man.
What is the most ridiculous way that your body's been damaged? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Karen. Welcome to the men's room.
Hi, guys.
Hola. Don't you love having your name now?
No.
Yeah, my son, this is no joke. So my wife's best friend's name is Karen. This is the woman that introduced us. And that's how we know her. Told our son a couple of years ago, hey, we're going to go visit our friends. You might remember them, you might not. Karen and John. And my son, like, his mouth pops open, like, Dad. I'm like, what, man? He's like, don't call her that. Don't call her what? He said, Karen. I said, dude, that's her name. He, honest to God, did not believe it was a real name. He just thought I was throwing out a slur. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Well,
dude.
there's no Karens in his class.
There's none.
Right.
I just figured
Or
there
school.
was some Karen somewhere that he would recognize at least that it is an actual name.
There's no 12-year-old Karens. Really.
No, there's really not.
There's not going to be for a while.
No. Hell no.
So, Karen, what did you do?
Well, at 5 years old, I was at my grandparents' house in California, and we were doing cardboard cutting of castles. Well, me and my sister reached for the knife at the exact same time. She's like 2 years older than me. And while we start fighting over it, she pulled so hard that she cut my middle finger and my ring finger to where they're just hanging by skin.
Ooh, God.
Is your hand still messed up?
No, actually, it's just fine. I got about 7 to 8 stitches, and it only took like a little bit to recover. So it was like not too damaging, but it's like those were my favorite two fingers to suck on when I was little. So it was like difficult for me.
I don't know if I had a favorite sucking finger.
You would know if you lost it.
I guess so.
You know, it's probably
Yeah,
the best.
yeah.
At a certain age,
this
it's
is
like
the
every
one,
kid
salty,
does.
delicious.
Mine was my thumb.
Your thumb?
Yeah.
And your thumb.
What is the most ridiculous way that your body's been damaged? 206-803-ROCK.
My younger sister, it was her middle finger. She'd do it upside down.
Why is that?
I
Like,
don't
you
know.
see kids suck their thumb, you're like, whatever. If they're sucking any other finger, it just looks weird. And I don't know why. I mean, it's the same difference in the end, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, neither of my kids were big thumb suckers. Not much. I think my son did a little bit. My daughter liked the pacifier, which a lot of people have a problem with. And but she was like 2.5 years old, and my wife and I are like, Jesus, man, this is getting weird. So you talk to other people that have raised kids, and my aunt said, what are you worried about? I said, well, dude, you know, everyone's saying, like, this is about the age. She should be done with it. And she said, listen, Stephen Gregory, as she called me, do not worry, because once that pacifier comes out of that girl's mouth, she's not going to shut up. I said, dude,
Always live on the free Odyssey app. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK from the Pinky's Plumbing Studio. You're in the men's room.
Unwrapped an acoustic holiday going down Friday night, December 12th. Angel of the Winds Arena in Everett. Tickets low right now is $55.
55.
There are a few seats left in the bottom section. The upper section does have tickets available. $55. You can get them at that price if you want. Either way, not a bad seat in the house.
No.
This is going to be a hell of a show. Our buddies Brent Smith and Zach Myers of Shine down performing. Pretty Reckless, Daughtry, Hollywood Undead, and Mammoth. All acoustic, all unplugged for a nice
looking
little
forward.
holiday show, man. So get those tickets now and secure them at KISW.com. Our question, where did you get stuck, stranded, or lost? 206-803-ROCK.
hello, Scott. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So it was the early 90s, and I think I was about 19 or 20, kind of a dumbass. And I was visiting my uncle in France for a couple of months, and I was ending the time that I was going to be there. My uncle was on vacation out of town, and so was my cousin. And I thought I'd do some picking up, so I took the garbage, went down to the dumpster, threw it away, turned around, and thought, oh, my God, I didn't have my keys on me. So went to the apartment. I'll just go to the apartment manager, went to her. She didn't have keys. I don't know how they run things there, but she had no keys to his apartment. And I realized I was out of a place to stay for a couple of days. And so I started walking around, dug in my pockets, found out I had enough money for a pack of smokes and a baguette.
Very French of you.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Started looking around for a place to stay, found some old newspapers, and ended up freezing my butt off in a construction site overnight. Crawled out, went to a park to catch some sunbeams the next day and warm up, and thought that was not fun. So I started looking around, dumpster diving, trying to find anything that I could break into my uncle's car with, and ended up finding a bucket handle. Did break into his car, which was parked, it just so happened, right down the street from the Russian consulate.
Oh.
And while I was doing that, I found a nice big box to put all my things in that I could ship back to the United States. So I figured I'd save that, put it in front of the car, and about 3 o'clock in the morning, I was covered up with newspapers in the passenger seat of that car. And I opened my eyes, and there was a French policewoman on the radio looking at me. And I thought, that's probably not good. Waited till she left, broke the box down, shoved it in the car, and about half an hour later, I heard brakes kind of slamming right next to the car and a van door slide open. So I kind of cracked my eye open just enough so that I could see, but hopefully they couldn't see that I was awake. And there were a bunch of dudes in a van with black face masks and machine guns pointed right at me. And I thought, I'm going to get dragged out and slammed on the ground, and this isn't going to be fun. But I just pretended to be asleep. And sure enough, they must have run my name, the car's license plate, figured out who I was, because I heard the door shut and the van drive away. And a few hours later, my cousin got back into town, and I was let back into the apartment. But
to get your keys.
Yes, absolutely.
And all you wanted to do was take out the damn trash.
I took out the trash.
That's what you get for helping.
Yeah, man. See, don't help people.
That's a good thing about hotels, man. You can go back down to that desk and get another key.
That's weird to me, though. Could you say this van shows up? These guys have the mask on. They have the machine guns. They surround the car. They aim the guns at you. How long are they there before they're like, whatever. Let's just go?
It was about 3 or 4 minutes. I was just laying there trying to pretend like I was asleep. I don't know why I was doing that, but I did, and they left.
Damn. Huh.
That's crazy.
Let that be a lesson to everyone. Just
I will
pretend
say,
you're asleep.
If you're split in a hotel room, though, you got to be careful. That happened to me in Scottsdale.
What?
Like, I left our group.
Okay.
Might have had a couple too-minute daytime beverages. Went back to the hotel. I don't have my key on me, and I'm trying. And they're like, "Oh, we can't let you in." And I'm like, "It's got to be under this name or that name." And the guy's just like, "No, rah rah rah." So it's like 11:30, and I'm like, "All right, like I'm probably gonna fall asleep in your lobby." He's like, "We can't do that either." And I'm just like, "Dude, what do you want me to tell you?"
Right.
Like we're staying up there. I could take you up to the room. And he's like, "No." And then,
so your buddies weren't up there at the time.
No.
Okay.
I will just say they were in a place, they were in an establishment that they're not big on you using phones in there.
I understand.
Okay. Right. I did not know this because I'm texting them like crazy. Like, please, somebody just walk back. Because it's Scottsdale. It's not that far. Somebody just walk back and let me in, right? You know that period where you're like, I've got to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And then, so this goes on for like half an hour. He keeps waking me up. He's like, you can't sleep here. And I'm like, dude, this is where I'm staying. Like, I'm not lying to you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what else I could prove to you. Like, I was down here having coffee this morning, and luckily, one of the girls that was working at, like, the little coffee bar earlier in the day, like, came in for something, and she was like, oh, yeah, I did serve him this morning. He's definitely staying.
So then they let you.
And then they were like, what name is it under? And I said my buddy's name again. And they were like, all right, he is up there in room whatever. We'll let you in. Like, thanks.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Where did you get stuck, stranded, or lost? 206-803-ROCK.
You can't do that. Yeah, but I'm going to.
My thing is...
But I with Miles, I didn't, like, honestly, it didn't dawn on me that it'd be a big deal. I was just like, yeah, I lost my key. It's room whatever. Can you issue me another key? No.
No, mine was at the old Hard Rock Hotel.
What, in Vegas?
Well, I left the key in the room.
Right.
So when we did our thing, we came back, and first of all, I forgot that I left the key. So I go up the elevator, I walk a mile to the room.
That's the thing, dude. It's
Right,
so
I look at my
slow.
wallet, I'm like, God damn it, I left my key. I walk all the way back down to the front desk. They issue me a new key. No big deal. I walk all the way back up to the hotel room again. Key doesn't work.
What?
It just doesn't work. It's one of those. It's a card key. It's just not working. It's just every time it's a red light, I'm like, oh God damn it! I walk all the way back down again. It doesn't work. Oh, let me try it again. Let me do another thing. So they scan it again, give me the key. I walked all the way back up there. It didn't work for a second time.
Are you kidding?
No. I'm just like, can you give me? It's like this is a long ass walk, man. You got to walk all the way down by the Jar in Barbados, take a left, go all the way down the hallway, go up the steps,
Then make the right. Then get on the elevator.
yeah. By the time I was done, I got 10,000 steps in.
It's a trek finding room in Vegas.
And my thing is, man, and granted, we get hammered when we are there, but the Hard Rock had that circle bar.
Yeah.
So my problem was, I think there were like 4 hallways you could take to get to the rooms, depending what tower you're in. And I never remembered what tower I was in. So when I would go down to the bar, in my mind, the hall I needed to go to is at my back. That's how. Well, as the night goes on, you start shifting around the bar, right? And then I'm like, I don't remember where I started. So the first 2 hallways I picked were the incorrect ones before I finally found the right one to make the mile trek to my room. And I was just so annoyed, and I'm so
that's
drunk.
That's what I did.
And I'm ricocheting off the wall.
That's when I met Jesse James Dupree. I didn't really meet him.
But
I just got a slice of pizza to take up to the room. I start walking down the hall, and I'm like,
but where did you eat your pizza?
Well, here's the thing. I'm like, I need to pee, and this is a long ass hall, and it hit me. A few beers, and it hit me. I can't just leave the pizza outside of the bathroom and in the hallway. There's no real place to set a slice of pizza in a Coke. What am I going to do? Put it in some major hallway. So I took it in the bathroom with me. Now, I typically don't take food in the bathroom with me.
Weren't you at the urinal?
I went to the urinal, and there was a shelf above the urinals, And so I start peeing. It's a long pee. And I'm looking at that pizza, and it's steaming and everything else. It smells real good. It's right at nose, face level. I'm like, hell with it. So I pick up the pizza, start eating it.
As you're peeing.
Dude stands beside me, man. He starts using the bathroom. He just gives me an eye. And I got a mouthful of pizza. Chewing it. I got the pizza on top with the Coke, and he just looks at me like, "You're Jesse James Dupree from Jackal." He's like, "Yeah, I am. Well, yeah, I am, man." I was like,
"You're a weird pizza."
Cool, man. Sorry, there's no place to put the pizza out there.
Couldn't you go back into the shop?
I'd already walked away from it. I'd gone down and got a piece of pizza.
No, I know. I'm just like, man, taking it in the bathroom.
But eating it while you're peeing, that's a power move.
It just had to be, it was just the one in the hallway. So I just went to the public
Keep in mind,
bathroom.
the same man that ate chicken while getting a mouth hug.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But eating pizza in a bathroom's worse.
Oh, I agree. That's definitely worse.
Yeah, eating chicken while she's performing. Disrespectful.
Even in
because she didn't know.
Eating pizza while peeing, gross.
And you said there were crumbs in her hair.
Listen, even if I bring a coffee into work and I need to use the bathroom right away, there's a little shelf right beside our bathroom. I put the coffee with a lid on it on top of that shelf. I don't take even the coffee with a lid on it into the bathroom. So, typically, I don't bring food into the bathroom for any reason.
Typically.
Anywhere.
But also, you're eating pizza while peeing. Just saying. I believe you.
And not only that,
but
man,
also.
And not only that, man, it was one of those monster slices that was kind of hanging off
right.
his favorite plate.
God, hanging over
I mean, it was dripping down toward the urinal. That's why I'm looking at it, hanging I'll just bite off this corner end, Where did you get stuck, stranded, or lost? 206-803-ROCK.
It's just so gross, too. Because it's a bathroom in Vegas.
I know,
It's
man.
massive. There's probably pee on the floor.
Oh, yeah. All the things.
All that.
All the things.
Hello, Colin. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola. Man, so I got out of county jail one time after just doing 16 months, and one of the stipulations of getting out is I applied for this program that pretty much teaches you how to do carpentry work or different trades, or just you learn how to work, and learn different things. And so I went to this program, and it was in San Francisco, about 3 hours north of Oxnard, where I'm from, and in California. And so I went to this program, I was young, dumb, so I got in a fight, man, and I was
probation, so I had to call my probation officer, and the program didn't care. They just gave me $20 and said, find your way back. I'm like, all right, well, I'm like 3.5 hours away. I might have been 22 or 23. And so I have to get to my probation office for a random UA and for all this stuff so they can, figure out what they want to do with me, if they want to violate me or whatever they're going to do. So I'm sitting in San Francisco, and I take the $20, hop on the ferry to like Sausalito. It's like a island.
Yeah,
An island and so I ended up there. It was 4th of July, so I watched the fireworks right there. It was crazy. I was like homeless AF, and did not fit into the crowd that was there at all.
Yeah. Well, if we're not heard of Sausalito, if you've done 16 months, you're probably not fitting in there.
I'm not fitting in there. Tattoos, whatever, not fitting in. So anyways, I'm walking down the street, and the Sausalito Police Department pulls me over and kind of asks who I am and asks, does the whole shakedown or whatever. And I tell them my situation. So they're like, yeah, we don't need you here. Literally, like, yeah, we don't want you here. We're gonna call your PO, and everything you're saying is like verifying, checking out. We're gonna get you a train ticket to Oxnard. And I'm like, all right. So they got me a train ticket, gave me some food, and got me down there, man.
So they wanted you out of their town so badly, like, oh no, it's on us. Just get your ass on the train.
Yeah.
So that was worse than the 16 months in jail, as far as being stuck someplace.
Needless to say, I haven't gone back to jail since. I've been doing great. I got a family. I got a really good job, man. I don't do drugs anymore. I'm in recovery. So needless to say, all that stupidity is behind me. But yeah, I used to be an idiot.
What were you in jail for?
That time was for a burglary, man. Probably just to get drugs or something.
Well, I'm sure. No judgment here, man.
I just got to ask, is that like meth or heroin or just anything?
I was a heroin addict.
All right.
Yeah, every heroin addict I've known has also resorted to theft.
My favorite was free. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like some people are like, I did this drug or that drug, but I mean, a lot of people are like, yeah, they were like, I'll do whatever.
Yeah, whatever
I just
got.
did drugs.
I think Miles made a strong point. Just, we have this question where we stuck or stranded, and my man's like, dude, I was stuck in Sausalito. Like, you just did 16 months in prison. That's not the story that made you feel stuck. It was when you got off the ferry.
One day
in Sausalito was worse than the 16 months.
Well, what's
in
even
jail.
worse? It just sounds like it was awesome, but it's such a rich person town. The cops were like, "Yeah, just get off our island."
Yeah, go.
Did you know that was? I didn't know that was an island until probably 10 years ago.
I did not know.
I thought it was just a Petrus Farm cookie.
Jesus.
Okay, let me rephrase that. I knew it was an actual place. I did not realize it was an island. I knew it was close. Yeah, Sausalito. Bro, I don't know.
I think it starts with a C. Look up Petrus Farm.
I'm going to say, yeah, maybe look up Petrus Farm, see the cookies they have, then take Sausalito. I have no idea.
Yeah, my buddy was living in the Bay Area, and I'm like, you're telling me the cookie? That's a place. Like,
you were blown away by that.
So you know the cookie.
But you didn't know the place.
I didn't know it was an island off of San Francisco.
How do you spell Sausalito?
It is Sausalito.
Yeah, see?
Sausalito, city in California.
But also a fancy cookie.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, this is like where rich people from San Francisco live.
Yeah. God damn.
Yeah, so I'm not shocked those cops were like, just get out of our town. Well, that's kind of the thing now in Nantucket, right, off of Cape Cod. So that used to be, like, if you didn't know somebody on an island, you basically didn't go over there.
Yeah.
And, like, the Vineyard's fine, right? Vineyard, people are friendly, and it's hoity-toity, but it's not nearly the same.
Okay.
And then, Nantucket, they built a brewery, and they built, like, what do you call it, a distillery and stuff. So people are going over there now, like partying and stuff, and the locals are just
Are they losing their
they're
minds?
beyond themselves.
I can believe it.
Where did you get stuck, stranded, or lost? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Daryl. Welcome to the men's room.
How you guys doing?
Hola.
Bitches and hoes.
Yeah, man.
Bitches and hoes, dog. I hear you.
It's my whole life.
So where'd you get stuck?
You guys there?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
man.
got,
Yeah,
you
can
got
you hear
some
us?
talking. Oh my God! Turn your radio down.
Yeah.
We are here, man. Do you hear us?
Radio's down.
There we go. Okay, we got you. Go ahead.
All right. So, anyways, back in my youth, in the military, me and some buddies, we were on a temporary duty in base in Florida, and we decided we were going to go to Panama City Beach during spring break and hang out.
All right.
So we're hanging out in spring break and having a good time, and my buddies are doing great. And one of my friends is hitting up on this one girl, and I'm kind of hanging out with this friend of hers who's in a wheelchair, and she's not having a good time.
No, it's kind of hard to push a wheelchair on the beach.
Yeah, not as much fun.
No, this is inside a nightclub.
Okay.
No sand involved. And so anyways, our buddies think we're hooked up, and so they leave. And we're sitting there looking at each other, where's everybody else at and stuff. And we're 30 miles away from where we need to be. So we're looking at each other and it's like, I guess we start walking. How much money you got left? They got $23. What do you got? I got $13. So we start hitting phone booths saying, how much is it going to cost from this area to get back to the base? And they kept telling us, well, sorry, we can't do it. So we kept going. Finally, my buddy gets irritated. He jumps out in front of this car. Car pulls over and says, hey, we need a ride to the base and stuff. And they're like, yeah, we'll give you a ride. So we're getting a ride and stuff. And these people are a little off. They work at a mortuary. And they want us to take us to see dead bodies. And I'm like, no, it's not my gig. I don't want to go see dead bodies.
Well, did you get a ride back?
Right by the base where you work and stuff like that. We can just stop by on the way. No. My buddy turns to the driver and says, she's driving, but yet her boyfriend is sitting in the passenger seat, and he's the one doing the steering. He's laying in the middle, in the back, talking to me and my buddy. And he just looks up at her and says, if your boyfriend wasn't here, I'd put you up on the dashboard and I'd do you. Next thing you know, urge, get out. Okay, there's a phone booth right there. So we call on the phone, hey, how much get to the base? $37. We ain't got $37 between us and stuff like that. So there's a Waffle House sitting next door, right? So we walk in the Waffle House, and mind you, we're in our 20s. And there's two older ladies sitting in there, probably in their 60s. And they're eating their breakfast, and he plops down right next to them, grabs a piece of toast off one of their plate, starts chomping on it and stuff like that, saying, hey, we could use a ride to the base. And he's eating their toast. We'll do ya. And next thing you know, we're out of there too. So now we're walking. There's a gas station right there. So a buddy of mine offers his watch up to a guy to give us a ride to the base. And he's selling it as a Gucci watch, right? He's doing the Twisto Flex with the wristband and everything from back in the day. And the guy's like, okay, we got $20. We'll give you his watch and $20. And sure as enough, he gives us a ride to the base.
All right.
You like that? You like that?
The story took longer than the trip. Who Sucks Last? It's coming up at 4:30, and we've got your emails on the way next in the men's room at KISW.com.
coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here, exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight at 11, a guitarist was kicked out of his punk band after learning a fourth chord. But first, making headlines today, a local yoga instructor is being hailed as a hero. With no previous medical training, she delivered a stranger's baby in a convenience store parking lot.
Yeah, no thank you, man. I'd walk away from that situation real quick.
Really? Felix, you wouldn't help a woman deliver a baby. To be called upon to help safely usher in a new and precious life into the world is a special, special thing.
Wait, what are you talking about, man?
Delivering a baby, like the heroic yoga instructor did earlier today.
Oh, no, man. I can imagine doing yoga. I've delivered a baby, man.
You have delivered a baby.
3 babies, man. It was crazy.
You've delivered 3 babies.
Yeah, but I've never done yoga, man. That stuff don't make no sense.
Let's circle back to the baby delivery thing.
Okay, what's up?
You have delivered 3 babies.
Yes, Stone, I've delivered 3 babies. 1 woman, but she had triplets. It was crazy, man.
Where did this all happen?
Okay, I was in the ladies' room at a Chuck E. Cheese after hours, and that's when the opportunity arose that I might possibly be able to do something.
Why were you in the women's room at a closed Chuck E. Cheese?
Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to, Stone.
I didn't realize how little I wanted to know the answer until I'd already asked the question, Felix.
Yeah, so I was in the ladies' room at the Chuck E. Cheese after hours when this pregnant lady comes running in talking about her water broke. And she was like, I'm about to have a baby.
And what did you do?
I went into the Chuck E. Cheese kitchen, brought the water to a boil, sterilized some rags. Now, when the cervix dilated to 10 centimeters, or about 4 inches, I told her to push.
I'm astounded that you actually know this much.
Well, yeah, man. Anyway, I was like, girl, push. And she was all like, and then I was like, girl, push. And then she was all like, yeah.
Okay,
and I was like,
okay, Felix, I think we've got it.
Okay, well, then the baby's head popped out, and then the baby started crying and carrying on, and the lady was all teary-eyed saying, look at my beautiful baby. And I was like, lady, you got an ugly-ass monkey baby.
Felix, why would you say that to her?
I thought she should know that her baby looked like an ugly-ass little monkey. She didn't care, though. She just hugged that ugly thing.
You said she had triplets.
Yeah, man. We had to go through that 2 more times. Her all, and me just saying, girl, push. But the baby was healthy and ugly.
Well, Felix, I have to admit, I'm impressed by your heroics. I did not know you had it in you. Great work.
Thank you. Delivering ugly-ass little monkey babies was more noble than my original plans in the Chuck E. Cheese bathroom.
Andrea in Olympia says, I used to work at that Chuck E. Cheese. I finally know what I had to clean off the floor that morning.
Yeah, Andrea, probably all umbilical cords and blood. Just be glad I took the placenta.
Why did you take the placenta?
Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to, Stone.
Celebrity birthdays coming up.
We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Who Sucks Last coming up at 4:30, but first time for a few emails to the men's room at KISW.com.
Oh, you son of a bitch. All right. Give me a second.
You've got mail.
There we go.
You've got mail.
Guys, we had a honey bucket on the playground in my elementary school due to some construction. This kid actually used it, and a few of us tipped it over on the door side.
Oh.
I still feel bad. Actually, put in the option to avoid tolls when traveling to upstate New York. It was en route from Syracuse to Cooperstown, area I'd never been to. Then I took a wrong turn, ended up taking every back road, state route, dirt road between the two, and passed so many horse and buggies. I left around noon one-ish, only stopped to go to the bathroom and get a Slurpee in Cortland, New York, nowhere near Cooperstown. I ended up getting into Cooperstown at 9 o'clock at night.
Jesus, man.
Same thing happened 6 days later, going from Cooperstown to Alexandria Bay. Left around 2, and I encountered a horse and buggy with a light on it because it was dark out. Got to Clayton, New York around 10 p.m., only stopping at Stewart's and Little Falls to use the bathroom. Nonetheless, best trip ever, and I think these wild memories are still part of I drove past so many things I would have not seen and wished I had the time to stop.
Yeah, fair enough.
That from Melissa. And one more.
Sometimes when you're on those road trips and it's just desolate.
Yeah.
Like you start wondering, like, am I going the right way? Am I ever going to see another human?
Guys, got stranded in the middle of nowhere, Montana, with my family when I was like 11, 12, after hitting black ice. It was 89 or 99. Only one house for miles in that area. I believe it.
Damn.
Time for a few birthdays brought to you by Men's Room Roasted Red Salsa from San Juan Salsa Company.
Dip responsibly.
Guys, can you give my daughter a birthday shout-out? Little Miss Sassy Casey is turning 11 today. Now, she has listened from the womb to even now. So can we get a little kid fish sandwich, some green beans, and Coach Ted giving her a 11-year-old motivational speech about cleaning a room. Lots of love from Mom and Sister Ruby.
Fish salad.
Green bean. What? Green bean. Okay. Green bean. Yeah. Green bean.
All right, first of all, happy birthday. Enjoy your birthday day. Get a large milkshake tonight. You deserve it. Tell your parents I deserve it. Now, second of all, we got to clean the room, all right? Here's the deal. Your parents tell you, you don't do it, and then it goes in this weird little cycle, right? You're tired of hearing them say it. They're tired of saying it to you. So jump the gun. You get up Saturday, you clean that room, and then boom, watch whatever movie you want.
And get another milkshake.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Clean the room, get a milkshake.
Guys, love the show. I'm Isaiah. I've been listening for 15 years, and you're one of the best parts of my day. Turning 34 today, like a couple of shotgun gets and some bad jokes, bad dad jokes for Miles. And go Kraken. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Get. I say get.
All right, Isaiah, here you go. Guys, today I got accused of mansplaining.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. For the women out there, that means explaining things to women that I didn't need to explain to them. I found my friend naked, lying face down in a street gutter.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah?
Ding dong ditch. Dad, you should get this one. What does MC Hammer and wet paint have in common?
They're you can't touch it.
Can't touch this. What pronouns does a chocolate maker use?
Her, she.
Her, she.
Dark and milk?
Couple more. I saw a guy pick up a 100-pound dumbbell this morning at the gym just with his toes.
Oh, yeah?
Amazing feat. And did you know when you buy a Tesla, it does not actually have a new car smell?
No.
No?
It has a musk.
All right.
Guys, my husband Brian, turning 44 today, absolutely loves your show. He listens while he works the night shift, driving the dump trucks. He'd love a shout out. Thanks, guys. That from Megan, dealer's choice there, Mike. I didn't think for Brett.
Which fart is that?
That's the baboon.
Oh, yeah.
And gentlemen, would you please wish my beautiful wife Rachel a happy birthday by having the Dirty Germans talking about slinging some fine wine. Thanks, you guys. That from Jeremy.
Yeah, all these people that like wine so much. Personally, the only thing I want my lips to touch is pink.
Yeah, so the funniest thing is he won't let her, but she lets us put it in the Bordeaux.
Yeah, the bunt.
All right, guys, here you go.
Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you. BG.
Ya's a Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's world famous sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Mmm, Schweinefleisch.
Thank you, Bob. A couple extra emails here.
We ran out of wine jokes pretty quick.
Well, I like bunt.
Yeah, Bordeaux. That is a wine, right?
Yeah.
All
right. It's a region and a wine, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Embarrassing ways I've been hurt. Guys, big fan of your show, but I can't tell you now, so I thought I'd write it on the top. I can't call in. I'll keep it short, but if you want more details, hit me up. 16 years old, my first job was at Circuit City, and my boss was a stickler for decorum. You had to have black slacks, a belt, the company maroon shirt, and dress shoes. Now, being 16, I didn't have a pair of dress shoes yet. So I took what little money I had and bought the cheapest, crappiest pair of Payless dress shoes that would fit the bill until I could get better ones. Sure enough, 3 days into my new job, the pleather tops of my shoe separated from the rubber sole on the bottom as I was walking a customer through the store, leaving half my shoe on the sales floor. My boss was there that day, so I handed the customer off, picked up my shoe, and ran down to the auto shop to my friend, who got me the job in the first place, to see if he could help me out. He tried everything. He staple gunned the leather to the sole, no avail. Used epoxy and super glue to try and glue the shoe back to the sole. Didn't work because of the cheap shoe material that were more plastic than leather. So I had to get back to the sales floor, was getting desperate, so I decided to use that epoxy to glue the sole of my shoe to my foot so I could stand behind the register for the final hour or two of my shift. I did that and didn't move much to give it away. It worked, avoided my boss, made it home safe. Well, when I got home, my father was in the living room watching sports. My mom and sister, they were gone. I told him of my debacle and of being laughed at, and he decided to help me get it off. We soaked my foot in paint thinner, and after several painful yanks on my foot, decided that wasn't going to work. According to him, we couldn't go to a doctor because Mom would find out the subsequent bill, so he called Grandpa with some timely advice. Turns out the miracle cure for both super glue and epoxy is just a little bit of heat application that will loosen the bonds up, and you can peel it off. We were both so panicked about getting caught and in trouble from my mom that it completely escaped us both that just 15 minutes earlier, we were soaking my foot and sock in paint thinner. Well, the resulting fireball gave me second-degree burns across my entire left foot. Sadly, Mom found out anyway, as my dad tried feebly to explain and justify that hospital bill, as opposed to potentially another one later that night. Keep up the good work, fellas. That from Travis in Tumwater.
Now, the men's room wants to know who sucks less.
Hey, time for Who Sucks Less. Steven Thrill, you bring us 3 stories each and every week. They always suck. It is up to us to determine, out of the 3 stories, which one sucks the least. Now, if you happen to like the Men's Room on Facebook or follow us on X and Instagram at Men's Room Live, the debate is already underway on Who Sucks Less.
Yes, indeed. And there's a common thread through all these stories. So let's just get to it. We go to Michigan, where early Saturday morning, a 33-year-old woman in Denton Township awoke to find an intruder in her home. Well, according to the sheriff's office, the suspect, who was not wearing pants, had defecated in a trash can and smeared feces on furniture before leaving. Now, deputies responded to the scene. They said the 41-year-old man matching the suspect's description, he was found nearby and arrested. They also say he was intoxicated and had entered the home through a broken window screen. The suspect had been inside for over 4 hours. His name is being withheld pending arraignment. So he's drunk, goes into a woman's house, he's pantsless, he poops in a trash can and then smears poop on her furniture. No explanation. That's just what the guy did. Now, they say ears weren't the only thing popping on a Southwest Airlines flight on Saturday when one passenger allegedly stripped naked and defecated on her seat. It was reported that police and medical crews were called to meet the passenger after the flight from Philadelphia landed in Chicago's Midway Airport. The passenger reportedly took off her clothes before pooping on the seat, forcing the plane to be taken out of service and cleaned. Then, no explanation.
She got fully naked and just pooped in her seat.
That is correct, Ed. Mid-flight, got up, stripped naked, turned around, pooped on her seat. Plane has to land.
God, that is awful.
And finally, a woman was charged after she defecated in the walk-in beer cave of a convenience store. Crystal Goss, 47. She's charged with a misdemeanor count of open lewdness and summary counts of scattering rubbish, criminal mischief, and disorderly conduct, which is a lot of words to say that you pooped in a beer cave. Now, officers were called to Royal Farms around 9:25 a.m. for a report of a woman having defecated a day earlier. Store employees, they told officers that a female had entered the store around 4:58 p.m. and then entered the beer cave. Well, employees provided officers with security footage that shows the woman walking into the store from a gray SUV and walking into the beer cave. Officers described the beer cave as a walk-in cooler that's open to the public, of which all the doors are clear glass that provide a visual inside from the common area. Inside the beer cave, the camera showed the woman pushing a case of alcoholic beverages back on the shelf, pulling down her pants, and then defecating on the shelf. The woman then left the store. So those are your stories. We have a man in Michigan. He was hammered. He is pantsless. He breaks into a woman's house. Didn't assault her, but pooped in a trash can and then smeared poop on her furniture. Do not know why. We have the woman on a Southwest Airlines flight who decided to get up, strip completely naked, and poop in her seat. Do not know why. And then this woman who drove to the Royal Farms and instead of asking for a bathroom, walked into the bear cave and pooped on the shelf, and we don't know why.
Okay. Before we get going, I just have to ask, like, if the woman next to you on a flight stands up and starts stripping, like, how does nobody just go, hey, what are you doing?
I'm sure they did.
Okay.
Yeah. But before the flight attendants could get to her, it seems that she just, she dropped the heater, man.
All right.
And
So, from a psychological standpoint,
she was in Group A.
The guy in Michigan who broke into the woman's home.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad. Here's the reason why. Anytime someone, if you ever had your home broken into or anything stolen from you, it's very personal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And you always have this fear that could possibly happen again when you are home.
Sure.
So for the rest of your life, you're paranoid about that possibility. And everything that you do, you're guarding against that not happening again.
To be fair, in her case, if someone's going to break into your home and they don't assault you or steal anything, maybe that's the best case scenario of what someone could do.
The best thing he did was poop in a trash can.
He did poop in the trash can.
All right, but then he smeared that feces all over her furniture.
Yeah, man.
To me, that's an entire invasion of space and property.
Yes.
And it's traumatizing. She had to buy new furniture. I guarantee you, if she was a renter, she probably didn't have renter's insurance.
I don't know.
I don't know if they'd even cover this. Either way, that's pretty bad. As far as the Southwest flight, there are a lot of people impacted by that, including the people who are going to get on that plane once it lands and fly to a different
They
destination.
took it out of service.
They took that plane out of service, which not only affects the flight you're on, or that she's on, but also the next flight out.
But it's kind of amazing.
Sure.
Think about it. It's one turd. I assume it's one turd. I don't know. Maybe it was a mess. Maybe she had diarrhea. I don't know. But it's amazing to me that the plane is taken out of service. Like we
Also,
can't just clean this turd off the seat.
You just flew Southwest. Don't they still have the tan kind of pleather seats?
No.
So they're cloth now.
Ooh.
Wow. I just
because that matters.
They're tan.
On the
If
cleanup.
they're cloth, right. Take that plane out of it. Leather, we can wipe it, not telling.
Like you were just on one, too. I can't remember now.
It depends on the plane, maybe?
Honestly, I don't know the last time that I've been on kind of a cloth seat. They're all kind of a wipeable service.
Yeah, you would hope so. You would hope so that just like your car.
Standard. That should be just like, look, man, people do weird things.
But you totally bombed the aircraft. You're naked, and now the plane's out of service.
No, they're definitely that normal kind of pleather stuff.
Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm going to say, believe it or not, that the woman who went into the ROFO, into the walk-in cooler, and took a dump on a shelf, not on product.
She did
not on product. She moved
the beer and then pooped where the beer had been.
If it was a wet one, it's going to be a messy one.
Right.
If it's a solid one, it's refrigerated. It might have been.
think about the
it's been
show.
a day
It's
later.
also a Royal Farms. The people that don't know here, Royal Farms is like a gas
really cool
station.
convenience
Yeah,
store.
right. Great chicken sandwiches.
But keep in mind, man, it's also those like metal wire shelves.
Oh,
so it's not like it's a solid stuff, man. So like,
why didn't she just ask to use the bathroom? Is her
I
point?
do not know. She physically drove
I don't
there.
know if Royal
got-
Farms has bathrooms.
They have to.
I think if you
somewhere.
said, "Hey, it's an emergency,"
I got to poop, man.
I go to the back of the store.
Something.
Either way, I'm going to say that the woman who took a dump in the cooler sucks the least.
I completely disagree.
Really?
Yeah, for a couple reasons. Mainly because I like Royal Farms, and now they have delicious little slider sandwiches. And I like beer.
Right.
And I used to work at a beer cave at Town Hall. I can't imagine somebody pooping in there.
Yeah.
And it seems like a biohazard. Maybe the Rofo had to be closed down for the whole day, Miles. You know how many people that affected?
Can you still? And I don't know. All right, so you poop on a plane seat. The plane is taken out of service. You poop in a Royal Farms beer cave. Do they have to get rid of all the product that's in there?
I don't.
Like,
That's what
put
I'm
it this
wondering.
way: if I said, "Look, this beer is being discounted. Why is this beer being discounted?"
I'm buying it.
No, she did not. Poop.
I'm buying it.
She did not poop on the beer, but she pooped on the shelf next to the 6-pack. So we've taken $3 off. Like, are you buying it if they tell you?
Did she poop on it?
She
no.
did not poop
okay,
on it.
I'm buying it.
She pooped next to it.
I'm buying it. I'd buy a can of beans if it was in there.
I don't know,
There's
man.
a small smudge on the box.
That's the issue.
No, I'm not using that box. I'll just pick up the 6-pack out of it. I'll wash the hell of it when I get home, and I'll drink that
Would you
beer.
buy the 6-pack?
No.
I
There's
would.
human poop on it.
No, there's not.
She did not. I can even show you video.
She pooped
Look,
in
she
the-
pooped next to it.
Yeah.
So I'm giving you a discount. But
And
she
she
did not poop
drove
on it.
there.
She physically drove up in
Yeah,
her
this
SUV.
woman sucks the most. She's ruining the day for the Royal Farms employee.
Yeah, it is a little
Roflo's on the card in the hood.
My question is, did no one see her do it at the time? Because they called the cops to talk about someone who had done it the day before.
Correct.
So somebody went into that beer cooler and said, "Hey, man, there's a turd in there." Then they reviewed the closed circuit TV footage and realized, like, oh God, there's a woman taking a dump in the beer cooler. So I'm thinking a customer had to walk in there to grab beer.
Yeah, well, you smell it immediately when
Sees
you open
a
the door.
turd. Then you got to tell the cashier, like, "Hey, man,
You might not necessarily smell it, though, because they're so cold.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe it was easier to clean up because
Maybe.
it was a cold turd. I don't know. I've never really handled a cold turd.
I guess my issue is whenever I have an emergency like that, like I had to poop after work yesterday, but I knew it was going to be a good one. I drove home, played a home game. Solid PM.
so
But
you could wait to get home."
Right. To me, if it's an emergency, that is not going to be solid. It's going to be a mess.
Yeah.
So I'm just pissed at this woman. I'm just going to say it. I think she sucks the most. I think the lady on Southwest sucks the least.
Damn. Okay.
I think she's got to be insane.
You know what, man? It is a great inconvenience for everyone involved. Nobody asked for that to happen, but I agree with you on this one.
Yeah.
The lady
What?
that-
Yeah.
I do. Look, man, just the beer cooler thing. I don't understand the motivation. You physically drove there, walked in, and did it. The woman on the
Correct.
plane, I just assume, is a nutcase.
Yes.
Right? What other reason would you strip naked and poop on a seat?
Debate continues on Who Sucks Less. If you like the Men's Room on Facebook or follow us on X and Instagram at Men's Room Live. All right, coming up at 5:08, we'll drink a toast with a shot of the day. You are listening to the Men's Room.
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here, exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight at 11, a guitarist was kicked out of his punk band after learning a fourth chord. But first, making headlines today, a local yoga instructor is being hailed as a hero. With no previous medical training, she delivered a stranger's baby in a convenience store parking lot.
Yeah, no thank you, man. I'd walk away from that situation real quick.
Really? Felix, you wouldn't help a woman deliver a baby. To be called upon to help safely usher in a new and precious life into the world is a special, special thing.
Wait, what are you talking about, man?
Delivering a baby, like the heroic yoga instructor did earlier today.
Oh, no, man. I can imagine doing yoga. I've delivered a baby, man.
You have delivered a baby.
3 babies, man. It was crazy.
You've delivered 3 babies.
Yeah, but I've never done yoga, man. That stuff don't make no sense.
Let's circle back to the baby delivery thing.
Okay, what's up?
You have delivered 3 babies.
Yes, Stone, I've delivered 3 babies. 1 woman, but she had triplets. It was crazy, man.
Where did this all happen?
Okay, I was in the ladies' room at a Chuck E. Cheese after hours, and that's when the opportunity arose that I might possibly be able to do something.
Why were you in the women's room at a closed Chuck E. Cheese?
Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to, Stone.
I didn't realize how little I wanted to know the answer until I'd already asked the question, Felix.
Yeah, so I was in the ladies' room at the Chuck E. Cheese after hours when this pregnant lady comes running in talking about her water broke. And she was like, I'm about to have a baby.
And what did you do?
I went into the Chuck E. Cheese kitchen, brought the water to a boil, sterilized some rags. Now, when the cervix dilated to 10 centimeters, or about 4 inches, I told her to push.
I'm astounded that you actually know this much.
Well, yeah, man. Anyway, I was like, girl, push. And she was all like, and then I was like, girl, push. And then she was all like, yeah.
Okay,
and I was like,
okay, Felix, I think we've got it.
Okay, well, then the baby's head popped out, and then the baby started crying and carrying on, and the lady was all teary-eyed saying, look at my beautiful baby. And I was like, lady, you got an ugly-ass monkey baby.
Felix, why would you say that to her?
I thought she should know that her baby looked like an ugly-ass little monkey. She didn't care, though. She just hugged that ugly thing.
You said she had triplets.
Yeah, man. We had to go through that 2 more times. Her all, and me just saying, girl, push. But the baby was healthy and ugly.
Well, Felix, I have to admit, I'm impressed by your heroics. I did not know you had it in you. Great work.
Thank you. Delivering ugly-ass little monkey babies was more noble than my original plans in the Chuck E. Cheese bathroom.
Andrea in Olympia says, I used to work at that Chuck E. Cheese. I finally know what I had to clean off the floor that morning.
Yeah, Andrea, probably all umbilical cords and blood. Just be glad I took the placenta.
Why did you take the placenta?
Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to, Stone.
Celebrity birthdays coming up.
Now, you can watch The Men's Room live on YouTube. Subscribe at KISW Rock. The Men's Room titillates your ears when you listen on the radio or Odyssey app. Teases your taste buds when enjoying Men's Room IPA. And now, you can watch The Men's Room live on YouTube. It's as close to actually being in the studio as you can get. Thanks to The Incident. Touch and smell unavailable. Find us on YouTube and subscribe at KISW Rock from Seattle's Sensory Annihilation Station.
It's great that they can walk, but you're like, damn it, man.
And there's just that certain age where, every kid goes through it, where they're just running around the house.
They just run.
You could hear it. It's like 30 seconds till somebody starts crying. Like
And
somebody's going to trip.
I always feel bad at the airport, because if you're traveling with a kid who's about 2 and they have just basically learned to walk within the last couple of months, you have a bunch of crap you have to carry. Because God knows when the kid's little, you must bring 8 million things with you to travel. But the kid, no matter where you're walking, they are running. And
correct.
Every time I go to the airport, you see these little kids, and my wife will, oh my God, I hope the parents. I'm like, I promise you the parents are 20 feet behind them.
Yeah.
They got their eye on them. He just can't run after her because he has 15 suitcases, 14 stuffed animals, a bag of Cheerios, and a breast pump. The kid will be fine.
Box them out.
Yeah.
That's always my thing, especially on the street. Just box them out.
Yeah, that's all.
The parents are around the corner or like just 20 feet behind, like you said.
They will appreciate it. Hello, Isaiah. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, hola.
Hola.
So I think I was in like 2nd grade when this happened. And the tetherball?
Yeah.
Like when you play. So, there's a rope that the ball is on, and usually on the pole there's like a hook that you can tie the rope around, so you could tie the ball up to the pipe to the pole. And so my friends and I, we're like climbing to the top of it. We're like scooting to the top of it and sliding down. And so comes my turn. I climb to the top of it, slide down. Hook gets caught right on my dingle. And just tears it. And so I had to go to the hospital, had to get it patched up. And now I have like a scar that's like going up my shaft. It's probably like the length of my index finger.
Now, the first time that you're going to bed a woman, do you explain what they're going to see, or do you just let them find out for themselves?
I kind of just let them find out because I think it's a funny story sometimes. And so,
why is your penis disfigured?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I just want to beat him to the punch, when it's disfigured penis. So I feel like I'm going to give you a little bit of warning.
Look, one's bigger than the other. Something. Yeah.
There's been a couple times where I'm like, should I tell her?
Depends how drunk they are. And how old were you when this happened?
I was in 2nd grade, so probably about like 5 or 6, maybe.
2nd grade, that's what, 7 or 8.
Yeah, but at least at that point in time, you still hadn't learned about the special purpose of that thing. So
I'm telling you, like, it sucks no matter what age, but you're right. As an adult, if you do that, what your concern is a lot different than it is as a kid.
Yep. What is the most ridiculous way that your body's been damaged? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Brian. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, hola.
Hola.
Well, I'm in my mid-60s. Just want to give you a little background. And I stopped in February to wash my work van. I got out, walked around the front of the van, and went down on the ice, and I broke 12 ribs.
Jesus.
That's almost all of them.
That's what, half of them,
Yeah.
I believe?
All on one side. I punctured my lung in 2 places. And so once I got up and kind of tried to shake it off, I finished washing my van.
Of course.
And a little adrenaline rush there. And so I got in the van, and I called my wife and my boss, and I said, I think I need to go to the hospital. I can't breathe. So long story short, got to the hospital. 5 IVs and 2 chest tubes, and they took 2.5 units of blood out of my right lung. I was off work for 3.5 months, and this fall was so great that it even gave me AFib for the rest of my life.
Oh, wow, man.
So now you're going to take the car through the drive-through wash, right?
So why were you washing your car? You said there's ice. Why are you washing your car in the winter?
Oh, yeah, my employer makes us do it once a week.
Aha.
And it's too big to go through the automated one, so it's all on us.
So can you get any kind of workman's comp as a result of that or no?
Oh, yeah. I was, for 3.5 months, was on L&I.
Okay.
I mean, that makes sense. It seems crazy if it's that cold out, you still got to stand outside and wash it.
That was my thought. Like,
maybe the boss give you a pass on this week.
I feel like a lot of things happen in the wintertime. Certain things people don't care about. Mike, maybe your wife's the same way, but like, women are like, hey, I'm going to shave my legs. Well, in the wintertime, like, that's done. Yeah. And it's always, well, no one's going to see my legs. I'm like, well, I'd see your legs. She's like, deal with it. Yeah. Like, fine. Then the weather breaks and all of a sudden, like, there's this whole body makeover. And I'm like, so all of this is for other people.
I need to put on the self-tanner.
Yeah, like, none of this applies to me.
No.
It's when other people see you.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, we're hitting that time.
Correct.
What is the most ridiculous way that your body's been damaged? 206-803-ROCK.
I mean, yeah.
Does your wife do the, I always love this move, right? So, I don't, you're going somewhere, maybe fancy or a nice dinner or some event, and I put on a pair of heels or quote-unquote nice shoes.
Yeah.
But in these shoes, like 2 toes are exposed. All right? So instead of all 5 being exposed, just the cut of the shoe, 2 toes are exposed. Those are the 2 that get painted. And it cracks me up every time. I'm like, are you seriously painting just these 2 toes? She's like, look, the shoes I'm wearing, these are the only toes that show. So I'm like, so you have 4 painted toes out of 10. She's like, yeah.
No.
Okay. You know.
Whatever you
She
need.
has not rocked that move.
Really? Give it time, brother. I swear to God. You know what? I'll tell you what you do. Gift her a pair of shoes, a nice pair of shoes, with the promise, like for an anniversary.
She'll never wear them.
And then, baby, but we're going to go to this restaurant.
Yeah.
Right? And just make sure
The perfect opportunity to wear those shoes I
a
got you.
certain number of toes are exposed. I'm curious to see if those are the only ones that she paints. Yeah. That's the power move right
The
there.
other weird one is boots.
What do you mean?
It's like boots are kind of hot, right? With a
Oh, yeah, for
sundress.
sure.
And then I remember one chick, I was like, you're wearing mismatched socks underneath those?
Well, yeah.
And I don't know why it threw me off. She was like, what did you think I was? I was like,
You just figure your socks,
I
man.
don't know, or knee height. Like, I don't know what I thought. I thought they'd at least be matching. No ankle
don't
socks.
need to be.
Yeah, good point. Hello, Brandy. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello.
The men's room returns with Miles and Thrill.
Coming up here until 5:08, we will drink, we will toast with a shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check-in with Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Well, thank you, Miles. It was a productive Halloween for law enforcement in Utah as DUI patrols picked up more than 50 people throughout the weekend.
Damn, in Utah.
In Utah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's even stacked for Utah.
Drunk on root beer.
Point 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Get over here. Yeah. I don't know why you... That's one of the targeted dates. Any holiday, I would assume
Yeah, of
there's going
course.
to be boosted patrol. They run commercials all the time. It's going to be
They
boosted
tell you.
patrols. Right.
Like, we're not sneaking up on you, man. We know what you're up to. We're going to be
Exactly.
out in force.
Was it boosted patrol or the checkpoints?
What do they call them? DUI blitzes?
All right.
Blitz patrols, something like that. So
I don't
I know,
know.
like
that.
Maryland, they can have the checkpoints.
Yeah.
But they
Gotcha.
got to put them in the paper.
Gotcha.
So you can pick an alternate route.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't get the paper.
Well,
and I don't subscribe to the
Washington-
website.
Washington State you can't have. There's a lot of states that don't have them because they're just weird. Not weird laws. It's
Traffic
like
laws.
it's right. So it's like technically they in the states. Like I remember in Maryland, that was a big thing. Like they had to put it somewhere in the paper to
Right,
let
they
you
have to let you know.
Gotcha. A shocking new study found that time-restricted eating without calorie cuts will not improve your metabolic health.
Oh, so like if you're only eating one time a day, but you're
Correct.
still eating
Or
3,000 or 5,000
You
calories.
don't eat between the hours of 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. All right, that's
So
all fine
fasting.
and dandy. Basically, but as long as you're still eating the garbage that you eat, it's
Right.
still going to have its same
Your body's
effects.
going to hold on to it because it thinks your body's starving.
Right. But also, you're not putting good things in there. Like, yeah, you're right. You eat between the hours of 6 a.m. and 6 p.m., but you're still eating a crap ton of cookies and cake and candy.
Fritos and Mountain Dew.
Right. Okay, that's all fine and dandy that you're restricting your time, but what you're still putting into yourself is still garbage. You're still not doing anything right. So,
Yeah, I mean, you got to be in a calorie deficit.
you do.
Right, or you got to do keto when you put that body in ketosis, right? 'Cause I don't know if they watch calories, but they're very specific about what they're eating.
Yeah, yes, they are. Yes, they are.
I like that though. I'm doing intermittent fasting. What do you do? Well, for 4 hours a day, I go absolutely nuts.
Right. I still go gangbusters, man.
2 hamburgers.
Yeah, 2 large pizzas.
There's a company in Australia that's rolling out giant hamster wheel ski structures meant to revolutionize indoor skiing.
Wait, what?
So that's what they call them, as giant hamster wheels, but they're giant tubes.
All right.
And they rotate, they spin, kind of like a hamster wheel would.
Okay.
But they're filled with snow or ice or whatever, and then you get in there, and
all
then
right.
you're constantly,
So you
as
can
that thing's
hit the
spinning.
berms and shoot up
exactly.
and down. All right.
So it's still going,
All right.
and it's spinning, so you can continuously get that downward pull.
That's kind of cool.
Right?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
not enough to be freezing cold.
I'm sure you still got to be freezing
I'm sure
cold.
it's cold in there. I'm just saying I don't have to go to a cold place, quote unquote.
Just seems like a whole lot of to do for skiing.
It does, but someone like my kid, man, because he loves skiing, and obviously until the slope's open, there's nothing he can do. But if there were a place I could take him in the summer,
sure,
and he could ski, I guarantee you that would be his thing.
Argentina.
Well, there's no tree wells, there's no
Argentina.
moguls, there's all the things that mess me up. So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Argentina.
They could ski there, like, because the summers are and winters are opposite.
Oh, yeah, I'll buy him a ticket there, Ted.
Yes.
Thank you.
Set him down to Argentina.
Good news, buddy. Mr. Ted came up with a plan. We just have to go to Argentina.
Winter camp.
In the summer.
Yeah.
But you don't have to hear that ball bouncing anymore.
That's true.
Put your thinking caps on, boy. It's time for the Merriam-Webster word of the day. I give you guys 30% chance of getting this one right. So you're close. But it's an L word, and it's a noun, and it's an awkward, brutish person. An awkward, brutish person. An L word, and it's a noun.
A lug.
I was going to say lug, too.
Lug is not bad. It's very close.
Is it?
Yep.
Lethargic. No.
One guess, Miles.
L word, and you're a thug?
Has anybody ever heard of a lout?
Oh, a lout. Yes.
A lout.
Ah,
An awkward or
He's a
brutish
lout.
person. That's right. Look at this lout.
That guy is a lout.
Yeah.
I spell lout.
L-O-U-T.
How are you?
Yeah. How are you spelling it, Ted?
L-O-A-T.
Lout. Miles, you like this one? Paris is launching a lottery where you could be buried next to celebrities like Jim Morrison and Oscar Wilde after you die.
Awesome. Those are all above ground cemeteries. So I don't know how many plots they have left.
They're gonna be dead.
Bury me next to anybody you want. Doesn't matter.
And side note, if they're charging your money to be in that lottery, cool. They'll set you in there for a while, and then my guess is
It's another lottery. Yep.
There's no one looking at yours if you're by Jim Morrison.
No.
Yeah, nobody cares that you're there if
No.
you're next to Jim Morrison.
you got a hand-
no S.
Even
Ted
your own
Smith.
family would be like, yes, it's Ted Scruggs. Holy S, he's
It's a
buried
pain in
next
the
Jim
ass to
Morrison.
go there because everyone's taking pictures of Jim Morrison's grave.
You guys had one celebrity that, okay, you still get to be next to your family and all that fun stuff, but you get one celebrity that it's like, hey, dude, I got the plot next to that guy. Any particular celebrities that come to mind? Game show hosts, actors, singers.
For some reason, like James Earl Jones popped in my head.
Okay.
Yeah, buddy, move over.
I'm getting cremated, so it'll be where do I spread my ashes?
I got you.
As
Well,
far
let's
as-
say you're getting buried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're burying your ashes next to something, or you're mixing your ashes.
What about Larry
with
David?
somebody.
No, Larry David.
He's not
won't be
dead.
there.
There you go.
But he'll bitch me,
know.
he'll bitch me the entire
Eventually.
time.
Well, neither is Miles.
Yeah, right.
All right.
No,
I
I'm
thought
dead.
they'd be dead already.
No, Larry David's outliving Miles Montgomery.
I think I would take like Farley or like John Candy.
Ooh, good.
That way people are kind of in a better mood after they cry seeing me.
Yeah.
You go to my grave, you better cry.
On Ted said someone says I like him too. I like me. Scientists have developed a lung cancer breathalyzer test that screens for the disease in just seconds.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. That's the funnest breathalyzer you've ever
Yeah,
taken.
no. That's the terrifying one.
Quicker than a chest screen.
Yeah, okay.
I will say it's amazing how quickly they turn around blood work now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's like it seems like it's an hour or two.
It
Oh,
is.
yeah.
It is,
Real quick.
Depending on what they're testing.
Ted, what day is it, my friend?
Oh, it's hump day, dude.
Yes, it is. What else is it? We went
the
over
5th of
this.
November.
It's National Donut Day.
My bad.
Come on. I fed you the answer. Ayo. Yeah.
We did talk about it earlier.
Yes, we did. So because it's National Donut Day, Donut Appreciation Day,
Oh, donut appreciation.
I decided to find the donuts that we appreciate the most, and I have here the 10 most popular donuts. Real quick, I know that we talked about it earlier, just for all the friends at home, what is your guys' favorite style of donut? Now that you've had a little bit
Give
more
me the
time.
old fashioned.
okay,
The
I've had
standard
time.
glazed donut. Otherwise, the maple bar.
Okay. Wow.
I've changed my answer from earlier because I
Okay.
forgot about it. The French cruller would be number one.
Yeah,
Okay.
good call.
And a
man.
banana cream would be number two.
Okay.
Banana cream.
Banana
He does
cream.
go for the banana cream, not the
banana
Boston or the Bavarian.
milkshakes. I love anything dessert banana.
All right.
Dessert banana.
Banana split. I love them.
That's
You know,
what
I
he
was
calls
gonna
his
be-
penis, the
if I was gonna
dessert
be
banana.
Very specific. I like that Vietnamese or Cantonese style of donut,
Okay.
which is where you get like the French cruller
Yeah.
and stuff. But it just if I had to go to a store, any donut shop, and pick one, Maple Bar.
Okay, gotcha. So, Steve, I needed to make a clarification on here. Are you talking about a glazed ring or the old-fashioned? That's a
What's the
different
difference in the
kind.
glazed ring? What's the old-fashioned?
The old-fashioned, I don't
It's
know.
more of a cake donut as well.
It's coffee dipping donut. It's cake donut.
Oh,
Yeah.
then just give me like the Krispy Kreme
Those
glaze.
are great
glaze.
too.
Okay.
Those cake donuts are awesome.
Dude, they're fantastic.
Yeah.
I love an old-fashioned.
Correct. The cake donuts are great, but you can only have like one, maybe two.
They're thicker.
Yeah.
Whereas like Krispy Kreme, man, you can eat it by the handfuls.
Yes, you
could
can.
have one, maybe two. So these are the 10 most popular
I'll give you
donuts.
$10. $10. That's not much. I'd be impressed if you put down 3 Top Hot donuts.
They're too.
Put that
they're
money
too,
on the
they're-
table,
They're,
I'll get it
they're
done.
too heavy. They're too
But then
cake.
do the show. Like, not after the show. Like, eat them at 1:30.
Put the money on the table. I will do
There's
it.
a reason Krispy Kreme is so good because it's a lighter donut. So
Yeah.
those donut shops, even if they make them bigger, if they're still light and airy and not as heavy, those are my favorites.
Yeah, because I like to just keep eating donuts, honestly.
Hell yeah, man. So the 10 most popular donuts, number 10 being the apple fritter.
Oh,
That's solid.
That's
all right though. That's fritter.
the fritter. Yeah, it's still a donut, man. You only find it in donut shops.
Yeah.
Okay.
You only find it in a donut shop. Really?
But I
you guys
feel
are
like-
gonna asterisk the doggone apple fritter.
Well, I feel like if I get a dozen donuts and I say one of them's a fritter, they're like, that's
They
extra.
charge you.
Well, then technically a funnel cake is a donut because it's almost the same batter.
Right? And like there's cake donuts, like there's different styles of donuts. What else, what other fritters do you know of?
Corn fritters. Conch fritters. You never had a corn fritter?
No.
Jesus Christ, you need to live, son. They're delicious. You've had them, right?
I have, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
I just can't imagine an apple fritter but corn instead.
Oh, it's so good.
Is it cornbread?
No.
It's a corn fritter.
You like corn, you like fried foods.
I do.
It's a non-miss.
Yeah,
You can't
I believe
miss.
you. But I'm just saying you don't go anywhere else to get an apple fritter other than a donut shop or bakery.
That is true.
So
All right.
you just sit there. It's the student in the back of the class. That's what it is.
Yeah, you can, I don't want to get stuck in the weeds, but you can get them at bakeries, not necessarily just donut shops.
Okay. A fried donut with pieces of apple and cinnamon mixed in. All right. Number 9, this one I'll give you a little bit more asterisk on, is the donut hole.
I mean, it's a donut. But,
There is
you know.
sometimes you just want donut holes.
Yeah.
Well, they give you 3 different varieties typically.
Well, and the problem is that you can't just have one donut hole.
Oh, you're going to eat
They do a
15 of them.
regular glazed, chocolate glazed, and a powdered donut.
Yeah. And you're going to eat all of them. Just going to power through all of them, man. Oh, it's not like a real donut. I can eat 6 of these. It's not a
Shout out
problem.
though to the 6-pack of mini chocolate covered donuts. They don't
Yeah.
because they don't really do a chocolate covered donut in the big size.
One year, a pain in the grass. Somebody was there early in like the VIP thing.
Yeah.
And that guy brought me a box of Timbits, the little ones. I mean, I was like a god. I just walked around White River, like, you got one a Timbit? You're like, for real? I was like, yeah, man. I've had it. There's like 60 of them in here.
Want a Timbit? Miles, we find you at number 8 with the Cruller, a French-style donut
Yeah.
made from, Chou pastry. Is that how you say that?
I guess.
CHOUX.
Shout out
Chou pastry.
Shout out to Henry's in Everett.
Henry's and Everett. All right, got a good old.
Delicious cruller.
Okay, it's a softer, sweeter donut.
Yeah, and they're tremendous.
They just pull apart.
Yeah.
It's like a croissant kind of.
Very airy in the
Yeah,
middle.
yeah, love 'em.
Yeah, baby. The cinnamon twist.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
A twisted or braided donut with cinnamon. Do you guys prefer it as the spiral or the actual twist?
It does not matter to me.
I like the twist.
You like the twist better?
Sometimes like,
Come on, baby.
I kind of like to snake the spiral if that's one.
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the way to go because that middle bite's always the best. Even if it's a cinnamon roll,
Always.
that middle bite,
Always.
that's the money. That's money right there. Again, 10 most popular donuts. Number 6 is where we find the Maple Bar, Ted.
all right. Again, though, I will say, we talked about this before the show. I don't remember ever having a maple bar until I moved to the Northwest.
Yeah.
No kidding.
It just, I mean, maybe it's changed. We've been gone for 20 years now, but on the East Coast, the Maple Bar just wasn't a thing.
That's why Golden Tate broke into that Top Pot to get another maple bar. Night.
Sure did, and they let him go.
Wait a minute. He broke into a top hole?
You didn't know that?
Bellevue.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
His
Oh, yeah.
rookie season, dude, he broke it to Golden Tate. The Hawks draft him, and the next time we kind of hear about him, he's in the news because he broke into a Top Pot, and I believe it was a Maple Bar, wasn't it?
Yeah, and he just said,
took a
look,
maple
I've
bar."
never had one. I had one the other day. There was a Top Pot, like you said, in his building. I think he had a couple beverages. I was just like, I'm getting one.
Well, apparently they don't have them in Tennessee then.
Yeah.
And
what I'm
that's wild to me because, like I said it on the live video, that if we got a box of donuts, the Maple Bar was the first to go. And that's for everybody, man. Everybody I knew, the Maple Bar had to be in there, and it was one of the early ones to go.
See, I don't like maple on a donut. I
Really?
like the syrup, but the taste of it's the smell. I cannot take the smell
That
of
gets
it.
me too much.
maple bar
Yes.
donut?
Yes.
Really?
I'll eat them for you.
I'm with him. Like one maple bar, it really that offsets me. I can have a maple bar and then I'm done with donuts. Any other donut, I can eat it and have another donut. With a maple bar, I'm one and done, and I walk away.
Oh, I could eat 8 maple bars.
The powdered sugar donut at number 5. A donut
It's
covered in powdered
fine.
sugar.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, it's just, there's not a lot of flavor, and it's not worth the mess.
Correct.
That's kind of my thing.
I'm with Miles, though. If I'm getting a 6-pack of Tiny Donuts, that's the only time I think I get the powdered sugar one.
Now, I think Fran's has powdered donuts that have a little raspberry in the middle.
They do.
That's the game
Ah,
changer.
you ruined it.
Doggone it, Miles. I forgot that you don't like fruit.
Fruit. No, don't put fruit in my donut.
I'm with Mike.
Doggone it.
Fruit it up, boys.
That changes it.
Unless it's a banana.
Well, then you're not going to like the jelly filled at number 4.
yeah.
I get down with the jelly filled every day of the week, baby.
That used to be my favorite as a kid. They're fine now, but again, I realize I'm just eating a powdered donut with some jelly in the middle.
It doesn't have to be powdered. It could also be a sugar.
kind of the sugar,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's the game right there. Boston cream at number 3.
That's a delicious donut. I love
Custard
those.
topped with chocolate frosting. Hell yeah.
Mike, have you been to House of Donuts in Tacoma?
No, I have not.
Okay, someone
I've
here to say if
seen
you
it
live
down
in
there.
Tacoma, the House of Donut has amazing bacon maple
if
bars.
there's a strip mall and there's a one-off donut shop, it's only one location, mom and pop, go there.
Yes. There's
Go
also
there.
Powell's Donuts.
we have Family Donut.
Family Donut up in the Northgate area. That I went in there. It is really good.
There's also Powell's Donuts in Tacoma that I need to go try. It's a cash only, so it keeps throwing me off. I need to go in there and go check it out. That apparently is the truth down there.
Okay.
All right.
And what about that one in Auburn that always gets run into?
Donut Star?
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't it change?
I mean, as far as the name,
It might
I don't
have
know.
changed.
Well, it's still a donut building.
Yeah, true enough. Chocolate frosted.
They're fine.
They're okay.
Anything's a donut building if you want it bad enough.
And then
I still do enjoy the chocolate frosting.
I don't mind them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't not eat it, but it's not my first choice.
And then this will be your number 1 most popular donut. Steve, I didn't take you for such a square. The original glazed.
That's because I'm 100% correct. It is
Fantastic.
that good. Yeah.
That chocolate frosted glaze, though, that's next level.
That's not bad. But again,
All right, you're right.
It's okay. It's fine.
Yeah, yours is the vanilla of donuts, man.
It is.
Here comes more Chuck's Donuts in Renton.
Hell yeah.
Chuck's
I've been to
Donuts.
Chuck's.
I like it.
Parents in Maryland were terrified to learn that their children's Halloween candy may have needles in them, but authorities learned that the culprit was a little close to home.
Who
Miles.
was the culprit?
Tell you about it at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming up at 5:50. In the meantime, have we made it to drinking time?
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Good time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Steve Thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. By the way, Ted, Hunch Punch here says Family Donut at Northgate. He agrees with us on that one. That place is legit.
I just happened to be up early enough to get in there when they still had some of their supply.
That is
on
key.
Sunday.
Someone says Winchell's. They were awesome.
Winchell's. I know that
they
name.
were a Canadian chain, and they just kind of pulled out. They used to have one up on 45th.
That's what I.
Oh, yeah.
The place was solid.
Hey, legendary donuts.
Dude, we like donuts. That's
Yeah.
it's hard to say this donut place. We're like, that place sucks.
As long as it's not heavy and cakey, I like the donut.
Yeah, I agree.
Like I said earlier, to me it's like pizza. There's some that are better than other, but it's rare that you eat pizza together. That's gross.
Yeah, I'm going to eat it, whatever the case. Today we toast 18-year-old Jimmy Glover of Miami, Florida. Now, maybe this guy should have dressed up, I don't know, as a designated driver for Halloween because he was pulled over on Halloween night after leaving a party. Now, the cops suspected he was impaired, so they had him do a field sobriety test. And guess what? He failed and was arrested for DUI. And police released a video of Jimmy's field sobriety test because his Halloween costume, he was dressed as an inmate. And then in the caption, the cop said, quote, he decided to get behind the wheel intoxicated, celebrate responsibility. Then they joked, anyone dressed up as a cop should have pulled a shift with us. Rookie start at midnight, shift at 10 p.m. Yeah, so he's already dressed as an inmate when they arrested his ass. So that's kind of convenient. And keep in mind, also, he's facing additional punishment because he's underage. He's 18.
Oh.
Yeah, man. Dress as the cop next time. So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy.
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bichola.
All right, it's going to get tested online now for Profile This, 206-803-ROCK. Profile This is next. Okay, here's a scenario. Guy rolls through the drive-thru, picks up a delicious burger.
coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here, exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight at 11, a guitarist was kicked out of his punk band after learning a fourth chord. But first, making headlines today, a local yoga instructor is being hailed as a hero. With no previous medical training, she delivered a stranger's baby in a convenience store parking lot.
Yeah, no thank you, man. I'd walk away from that situation real quick.
Really? Felix, you wouldn't help a woman deliver a baby. To be called upon to help safely usher in a new and precious life into the world is a special, special thing.
Wait, what are you talking about, man?
Delivering a baby, like the heroic yoga instructor did earlier today.
Oh, no, man. I can imagine doing yoga. I've delivered a baby, man.
You have delivered a baby.
3 babies, man. It was crazy.
You've delivered 3 babies.
Yeah, but I've never done yoga, man. That stuff don't make no sense.
Let's circle back to the baby delivery thing.
Okay, what's up?
You have delivered 3 babies.
Yes, Stone, I've delivered 3 babies. 1 woman, but she had triplets. It was crazy, man.
Where did this all happen?
Okay, I was in the ladies' room at a Chuck E. Cheese after hours, and that's when the opportunity arose that I might possibly be able to do something.
Why were you in the women's room at a closed Chuck E. Cheese?
Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to, Stone.
I didn't realize how little I wanted to know the answer until I'd already asked the question, Felix.
Yeah, so I was in the ladies' room at the Chuck E. Cheese after hours when this pregnant lady comes running in talking about her water broke. And she was like, I'm about to have a baby.
And what did you do?
I went into the Chuck E. Cheese kitchen, brought the water to a boil, sterilized some rags. Now, when the cervix dilated to 10 centimeters, or about 4 inches, I told her to push.
I'm astounded that you actually know this much.
Well, yeah, man. Anyway, I was like, girl, push. And she was all like, and then I was like, girl, push. And then she was all like, yeah.
Okay,
and I was like,
okay, Felix, I think we've got it.
Okay, well, then the baby's head popped out, and then the baby started crying and carrying on, and the lady was all teary-eyed saying, look at my beautiful baby. And I was like, lady, you got an ugly-ass monkey baby.
Felix, why would you say that to her?
I thought she should know that her baby looked like an ugly-ass little monkey. She didn't care, though. She just hugged that ugly thing.
You said she had triplets.
Yeah, man. We had to go through that 2 more times. Her all, and me just saying, girl, push. But the baby was healthy and ugly.
Well, Felix, I have to admit, I'm impressed by your heroics. I did not know you had it in you. Great work.
Thank you. Delivering ugly-ass little monkey babies was more noble than my original plans in the Chuck E. Cheese bathroom.
Andrea in Olympia says, I used to work at that Chuck E. Cheese. I finally know what I had to clean off the floor that morning.
Yeah, Andrea, probably all umbilical cords and blood. Just be glad I took the placenta.
Why did you take the placenta?
Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to, Stone.
Celebrity birthdays coming up.
KISW. Text the men's room at 206-803-ROCK.
TV Time with Ted brought to you by Xfinity. Give them a call, 1-800-XFINITY.
The men's room presents Profile This.
And Stephen Throwhooks to please everyone out. Profile This is played.
A short can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story. Something that happened right here on planet Earth. Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Justin. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
All right, Justin, you understand how this here game is played?
I do.
Fantastic. Today, you have your choice of one of three categories. We offer you the wonderful world of drugs. We have Bite Me. In other words, what did someone find in their food? And finally, today, Animalize This, where you guess the animal responsible for causing the problem.
Give me those drugs.
We go to Jonesboro, Arkansas, where a man there with an active felony warrant said he did drugs before running away from police. Now, the man was bitten by a canine, tackled to the ground, and stunned with a taser before finally submitting to arrest. Jonesboro police responded to an assault and battery at a home. Officers spoke with a witness who said that she came home during a lunch break to find her ex-boyfriend, Michael Johnson, at her house. She said they began arguing. She asked him to leave. He refused to leave and then pulled a knife on her. Now, the witness said that another person came out to de-escalate the situation. Johnson, of course, threatened to kill him and then went after him, swinging the knife. The witness told police that Johnson punched the victim, injuring him, but did not stab him. Now, the victim told police that he was in fear for his life when Johnson came at him with the knife, but was eventually able to get away. Johnson, of course, fled the scene. Police were unable to find him, so they issued a warrant for his arrest. Well, the Street Crimes Unit and Fugitive Task Force, they received a tip that Johnson was living at Oak Leaf Circle, and his felony warrant was still valid. Investigators went to the home. They saw him standing near his black Dodge Durango. When police told Johnson he was under arrest, he ran into the house. Police chased him, but he barricaded himself in a room of the house. An officer with the K-9 went to the back of the house to prevent Johnson from escaping when they said Johnson then pushed an air conditioning unit out of the window toward the cops and then jumped down from the house and fled. The officers ordered Johnson to stop or he'd release the K-9 on him, but Johnson continued running and the officer let the dog go. And then the dog did what K-9 units do, bit his ass and took him to the ground. Johnson still refused to submit, continued attempting to escape. Police had to use a taser on him to take him into custody. He's now being held on two separate bonds of $100,000 each for possession of drugs and $35,000 for aggravated assault. So it's a big, long story, but the question is, what drug was this pillar of society high on when he did all of this nonsense? Was he on meth? Was he on cocaine? Was he on PCP? Or was he on crack?
Well, I feel like I have to rule out PCP because the taser worked.
But he did fight off the dog.
Yeah, the dog took him down. He was still trying to escape.
And where was it again?
Jonesboro, Arkansas.
Arkansas says meth, Justin. For some reason, just because it's so weird, I'm going to go crack.
And he was caught with a bunch on him?
He had some on him. Well, they basically busted him at his home. His home had the drugs in it. He took off running from the home. They got him a little bit away outside of the house.
Okay. I don't know much about Arkansas.
Then you know enough.
Yeah. I'm going to have to go meth on this one.
Yeah.
Miles, what'd you pick?
I picked crack.
Oh, fair to say you had a little rock.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, state capital jokes.
I'm going to go cocaine.
Okay, for
You got that nice Durango.
What was this guy on meth, cocaine, PCP, or crack? We'll let you know coming up next.
That was a tease.
You are listening to The Men's Room.
You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Category is drugs on profile. This Arkansas man was on drugs when he ran from police. He pulled a knife on his girlfriend and then attacked another man who was trying to intervene.
Correct.
Basically, escaped from a canine dog. He did about everything he possibly could do while on drugs.
That is correct.
So the question is, what was he on? Meth, cocaine, PCP, or crack?
And Justin, that is the question that we asked you. Let us start with Miles Montgomery, the old crack.
Doesn't seem like an Arkansas drug, but I figured that's why I picked it.
It is not.
Yeah.
D.Ted Smith, you went with coke. We had
Old
a nice
school cocaine.
Durango.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
Justin, that leaves you. You went with meth. You even said, look, I don't know anything about Arkansas. But you made the right call with methamphetamine.
Okay.
And that's why I told you know enough.
Now for all TV news all the time, and it's time for TV Time or Tale.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices today got Stephen Colbert,
Mr. Colbert,
Seth Meyers, The Jimmies,
Fallon and Kimmel,
Writers, or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It is right there to tell you, these guys have teams of talented writers that help them come up with their monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
Subway just released the new holiday sandwiches, including the Terhampkin, which is a combination of turkey, ham, and chicken. The Terhampkin features 3 different types of meat, just like their tuna.
Colbert,
yeah.
Fallon.
Subway just released new holiday sandwiches, including a Terhampkin, which is a combo of turkey, ham, and chicken. The Terhampkin features 3 types of meat, just like their tuna.
The inventor of the frozen burrito passed away this week, and it's easy to say that this guy did more for college students than any professor ever did.
The Ted Smith.
Yes.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out a burnt roof of your mouth joke, too.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of sad that guy died.
Is it?
Yeah. When was the frozen burrito not there for you?
I mean, look, man, it's not that, someone's passing. It's not that you make fun of it. I'm just saying, like, was he still working on new frozen burritos? Like, he did it, and then he was done. He's like, everything that I'm going to contribute to society, I have already done. I'm done.
He's the founding father of microwave food.
Yeah, good point.
I do feel like that when you cut into that frozen burrito after the microwave, you're like, I'm sad.
I know. I got no sauce. This is sitting on the plate.
Yeah, I was Googling frozen burrito today, and the only ones I have is some breakfast burritos in my freezer.
Yeah.
Basically, the article is like, if you have frozen breakfast burritos, you are sad.
I think that would be better.
Yeah. Sotheby's has announced it will auction off a sculpture of a solid gold toilet called America. Though I don't know if that's fair, since the toilet actually works. Seth.
Sotheby's has announced that it will auction off a sculpture of a solid gold toilet titled America, though I don't know if that's fair, since the toilet actually works.
Sculpture of a gold toilet.
It's an actual working gold toilet.
So it's not a sculpture of one, it's a gold toilet.
It is a gold toilet. Yeah, that's actually it, right.
They might have sculpted it, but it's a functional toilet.
It is a gold toilet.
All right. So Fox has a new celebrity game show coming out in the works called Nation's Dumbest. It's a lot like Big Dummy.
Okay.
Because the losers are the winners. All right, celebrities compete to get kicked off as quickly as possible so they aren't crowned the nation's dumbest. Fox says the show will, quote, flip the genre on its head because for the first time, the goal isn't to win, it's to get eliminated.
So basically, they heard Big Dummy and put it on TV. That's what I'm taking out of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I read this morning.
We've been doing it for like 15 years.
Like we do all the time. We always look at each other like, is this guy full of crap? Is he trying to be the biggest?
Are you trying to be?
So there's that element too. It's like, is this guy just throwing this?
I think we're pretty good. Some people, they slip by us. Other people, we have to look at each other and try to communicate. Like, I honestly think this person is this dumb.
It's been a while since we've had one, though.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
Yeah.
And you could try it, but we're like dumb detectives in here.
I think Danny and Melody are still plus 11 into tomorrow.
Danny, I trust that, man. I trust that Danny got 11 wrong, yes.
I mean, she basically wins it every year.
Yeah. Almost two-time champion.
She's like the
She's like the Dodgers.
2-time, then lost a year, then came back and won.
Was she 2-time already? Because right now she's tracking to be our winner. And granted, she has to share her title.
She's like the Kansas City Chiefs, a big dummy. The show's contestants will be a mix of celebrity type, like influencers, comedians, and even politicians. If you're a politician, don't go on the show.
Don't do it.
People
man.
already think you're dumb. I don't care which side of the aisle you're on. People already hate you. Don't go on a show and prove it.
Right.
They'll be put to the test with both physical and mental challenges about things everybody should already know. It's super popular in Scandinavia. This will be the U.S. version. No word yet on when it's coming out or who's competing.
All right. You got to wonder who's going to
Just to be
volunteer.
invited, it's already saying something about you and what their perception is of you as a celebrity.
Well, sure, but a lot of celebrities, and whether they're stupid or not, you put out that someone like Jennifer Coolidge, right? Even if she just does an interview, right? She plays like she's an idiot. She's not. You know, she's a very smart woman, but you wouldn't know it.
But
So
if
you might get someone like her.
Jessica Simpson, say, "Hey, do you want to be on the show?"
Wouldn't you call her?
That's what I'm saying. The people that you call and ask, you've already determined that they are fit for this game.
And also, their agent is going to say, hey, I think this is a good fit for you. So now it's been confirmed. Fox thinks you're stupid. Your agent thinks you're stupid, but you're bankable.
It's on Fox network TV. I'd do it.
So, like when you see these stories in Kardashian,
I would do it because I'm not worried about it. You know, I would very comfortably go, if it's general trivia, stuff you should know, like, I have no problem doing it. I would be insulted if they asked me, but I would volunteer.
Okay, but back to the guy who kicked the 68-yard field goal.
Yeah.
All right? The NFL drug tested him and had a drug test immediately in the locker room.
Immediately, yeah.
They drug tested him right away. Same holds true, I think, on this game. As soon as someone says something, Kim Kardashian says, hey, the moon landing was fake. You are on the horn.
Right.
You are calling right now just to let them know, I think you're an effing idiot. You should be on this show.
You
so they should
absolutely
invite people at their moment of when they prove that they are deserving of
being there. Sure.
Yeah, I think, be honest with you, though, I think there's going to be a lot of the opposite, too. I know a lot of people that have a degree who are kind of dumb.
Sure.
Like, they're very book smart, but I don't know if you put them on a trivia show that they do that well.
I think that's true of a lot of people.
Yeah,
they regurgitate what you have beaten into their head, and that is good, but don't really know anything else.
There are people who have terrible social skills but are doctors.
Right.
Yeah, and there's some celebrities that, for whatever reason, you know what I mean? Like, you're saying it's easy to talk about ones you think you're dumb, but there's also some that we just think are smart. Maybe because they have a British accent or they've played smart roles.
Sure.
We don't know. I mean, Gronk comes off as an idiot. Gronk's not an idiot.
No.
You know what I mean?
How do you think he would do on that show?
Though, you're on the horn with Ryan Lochte.
He's dumb, right. How do you think Gronk would do on that show? If we put Gronk on Big Dummy, right, how many questions do you think? I think he'd go 4 or 5.
Yeah. I think it's
where did he go to school?
Arizona.
Arizona?
Maybe 5 or 6.
I mean, that's not really like the academic. If you're in Arizona, I just kind of feel like as a kid you're J&O.
We talking University of Phoenix?
Seriously, man. If you're in Arizona, I just kind of figure you're winging it.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm not here to judge.
pool.
At least the guy went to college.
Yeah.
Like, I have 0 college credit. So
Yeah.
I don't give that guy's dumb. He went to a stupid school. I will say, yeah, I don't know. I would watch that show, I think.
It depends who's on it. Like the influencers, I'm not interested in them so much, but I'd be curious if some of the bigger celebrities voluntarily went on there. Someone like Kim Kardashian probably do better than we think.
Yeah.
She's an idiot in a lot of ways, but I think she would do okay with general
She passed
trivia.
the bar, didn't she?
Right. I don't know if she did or not.
Do you think Fox has the balls to actually take someone from their own networks?
No. No, I do not.
Oh, I think they would.
You think?
Yeah. Because, I mean, they have no issue kind of trotting out Terry Bradshaw to be an idiot.
Yeah, that's true.
He would be one on call.
Yeah. Yeah. I will say, Terry Bradshaw, right? He played college ball at
Louisiana Tech or State?
Something. But my mom, she was down there for a couple of years, and she would tell stories of, like, when he got to Pittsburgh, she was like, I lived in Louisiana when he was playing. We just thought he was the dumbest guy of all time.
Oh, really? So it's just always...
It was, yeah. But I think he was kind of like Gronk, kind of a partier and...
Just keep it easy, whatever.
Yeah.
Louisiana Tech, yeah.
It was Louisiana Tech? Yeah. So I know. But she would always bring it up. We just thought he was the dumbest idiot ever.
Yeah.
I was like, all right.
He's also rolling in money, but hey.
Right. All right. Now, somebody we think is one of the greatest football players of all time. I think we think of him as intelligent, but we let him get away with weird stuff. Tom Brady.
What's weird stuff? Other than his diet.
Kissing his kids on the mouth. Kissing
Yeah.
Bill Belichick on the mouth.
That was a little weird. Did he kiss Bill Belichick on the mouth? He
Did
didn't
he?
kiss Bill
Yes.
Belichick.
Yes, he did.
On the mouth.
Yes.
I mean, his diet's odd. Look, everybody's.
But I understand why he
everybody's
did it.
family's different. But yeah, that I don't know why that one where his son's like 11. It's like, get over here, give me a kiss. It's like, on the lips. Right. So he does some weird stuff, but you kind of you go, all right. He cloned his dog.
Oh yeah, I read that.
Yeah. So the dog died in 2023, but basically, it's his dog's DNA. She's a clone. Brady worked with a company called Colossal Biosciences to have Leah cloned.
They're the ones that brought back. Oh crap! I can't remember what it was.
Well, it's going to go
They
one
brought
of two
back
ways.
something earlier
It's going to
this
be
year.
absolutely a horror story that there'll be a documentary on later.
It's Tom Brady, so he's also an investor.
Or it's going to be it's going to be exactly what you want. If I could clone, that animal you would clone if you could have get it. And look, if it worked,
but you don't get the same. You don't get the same temperament. It's like,
well,
physically
yes.
they'll be identical, but it has nothing to do with how they're going to end up behaving.
Like any breed.
Yeah,
but you would think with the DNA, then it would be more similar.
It
DNA
will be in a lot the way it moves, but not the way it necessarily responds to you. All right. So Tom Brady, whatever his original dog was, say he was 10 years younger than he is now. His kids were 10 years younger. So that dog had a different environment that it grew up with. Maybe Giselle was there at the time. All right. So that dog that he cloned maybe grew up in a home, had the full family, and that's how that dog's going to operate.
So you're saying nurture plays into it also.
Well, DNA is not enough, right? Think of how many parents that will say how much smarter their kid is and go, I don't know where they got it from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And think about your kids, right? They're polar opposites of each other. Right? Exact same DNA sources. Anyway.
I think it affects people too, right? Like, at the core, I'm the same person, but I'm vastly different from living in the Northwest than I was living in PG County.
Sure.
And you're older.
Sure.
So, right. So I would thrill. Like, I get the idea of cloning it.
If you
but
like
if it's not just making your dog already 3 and it's already got everything in there, I just don't know.
Those are the questions people should ask Tom Brady about this. Seriously. Is the dog similar to the other dog?
I mean, in a lot of ways it will be, but if you stick with the breed, like you don't want a beagle again because you know the characteristics of beagles and they don't work for you.
No, we know Kirk Herbstreit. We know what kind of dog he's going to get.
I got the dog that I have now. Pretty much looks like the dog that we had before. Could not be more different, man.
my buddy, the mayor. He's got right. He has 2 dogs, right? One's passed away now, but Baxter was the first one. It was a golden doodle
or
labradoodle, labradoodle, the big one.
Yeah,
but the one he's got, Cooper, now. It's worlds apart. They're just 2 different animals, but they look exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Who knows? And you're right. You could look at families. I mean, you could see where one person goes right, the other one goes left. Yeah. And it's also just
it always
weird.
works except for twins.
I think it's also part of our, like, people always talk about society getting soft and everybody gets a medal. Well, part of having a dog is they die.
Yeah.
You don't get to clone it. You don't get a new dog. Right? Like, I don't know. We're not going to live forever. Now, I do think it's cool. You could save endangered species with this and that. But I don't know. It's pissing me off. I have no reason.
Wow.
It's just odd. And if it wasn't Tom Brady, I think we'd be all over this dude.
Probably.
Just like, what are you, a freak? Right?
The hell?
Right. Let's see. I keep bringing it up, but I did enjoy Black Rabbit. You want to check that out? I think you got some hockey on tonight, too.
Yes.
Thank you, Tim. We appreciate it. You're listening to The Men's Room.
Here's your
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here. Exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight at 11, a guitarist was kicked out of his punk band after learning a 4th chord. But first, making headlines today, a local yoga instructor is being hailed as a hero. With no previous medical training, she delivered a stranger's baby in a convenience store parking lot.
Yeah, no thank you, man. I'd walk away from that situation real quick.
Really? Felix, you wouldn't help a woman deliver a baby. To be called upon to help safely usher in a new and precious life into the world is a special, special thing.
Wait, what are you talking about, man?
Delivering a baby, like the heroic yoga instructor did earlier today.
Oh, no, man. I can imagine doing yoga. I've delivered a baby, man.
You have delivered a baby.
3 babies, man. It was crazy.
You've delivered 3 babies.
Yeah, but I've never done yoga, man. That stuff don't make no sense.
Let's circle back to the baby delivery thing.
Okay, what's up?
You have delivered 3 babies.
Yes, Stone, I've delivered 3 babies. 1 woman, but she had triplets. It was crazy, man.
Where did this all happen?
Okay, I was in the ladies' room at a Chuck E. Cheese after hours, and that's when the opportunity arose that I might possibly be able to do something.
Why were you in the women's room at a closed Chuck E. Cheese?
Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to, Stone.
I didn't realize how little I wanted to know the answer until I'd already asked the question, Felix.
Yeah, so I was in the ladies' room at the Chuck E. Cheese after hours when this pregnant lady comes running in talking about her water broke. And she was like, I'm about to have a baby.
And what did you do?
I went into the Chuck E. Cheese kitchen, brought the water to a boil, sterilized some rags. Now, when the cervix dilated to 10 centimeters, or about 4 inches, I told her to push.
I'm astounded that you actually know this much.
Well, yeah, man. Anyway, I was like, girl, push. And she was all like, and then I was like, girl, push. And then she was all like, yeah.
Okay,
and I was like,
okay, Felix, I think we've got it.
Okay, well, then the baby's head popped out, and then the baby started crying and carrying on, and the lady was all teary-eyed saying, look at my beautiful baby. And I was like, lady, you got an ugly-ass monkey baby.
Felix, why would you say that to her?
I thought she should know that her baby looked like an ugly-ass little monkey. She didn't care, though. She just hugged that ugly thing.
You said she had triplets.
Yeah, man. We had to go through that 2 more times. Her all, and me just saying, girl, push. But the baby was healthy and ugly.
Well, Felix, I have to admit, I'm impressed by your heroics. I did not know you had it in you. Great work.
Thank you. Delivering ugly-ass little monkey babies was more noble than my original plans in the Chuck E. Cheese bathroom.
Andrea in Olympia says, I used to work at that Chuck E. Cheese. I finally know what I had to clean off the floor that morning.
Yeah, Andrea, probably all umbilical cords and blood. Just be glad I took the placenta.
Why did you take the placenta?
Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to, Stone.
Celebrity birthdays coming up. Our top story tonight. Online investigators believe that Walmart's new logo was inspired by Winnie the Pooh's anus. But first, the folks at IMDb have their list of the most popular cartoons in the United States.
Why would the federal government care about our cartoon watching habit?
The federal government?
Yeah, you said the IMDb put out the list.
IMDb, yes.
Isn't the IMDb like the CIA or the FBI or the IRS?
No, Felix. IMDb is the Internet Movie Database. Nothing to do with the federal government. They deal with entertainment.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
At any rate, they released their list of the most popular cartoons in the United States, and coming in at number 1, The Simpsons.
That show has been on for 35 years, man.
The average age in the United States is just over 38 years. Think about that.
That's crazy, man. What other cartoons made the list?
Rounding up the top 5 are Rick and Morty, South Park, Family Guy, and Avatar: The Last Airbender.
No Bugs Bunny or Looney Tunes.
Not even in the top 10.
That's ridiculous, man. Looney Tunes were the greatest cartoon ever, man. Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Foghorn Leghorn, classic.
Well, it doesn't happen often, but I actually agree with you about Looney Tunes. The most impressive thing was that one man provided all of the voices for the characters.
What?
One man did all the voices for Looney Tunes.
No way, man. You're telling me that the man who voiced Bugs Bunny is the same man that voiced Tweety Bird?
That is exactly what I'm telling you, Felix. All of those voices were done by a man named Mel Blanc.
Gibson.
What?
Was it Mel Gibson?
No, it was Mel Blanc.
Torme. Was it Mel Torme?
What? No, his name was Mel Blanc.
Brooks.
It was not Mel Brooks, Felix. Listen to me. The man who voiced Bugs Bunny and all the other Looney Tunes characters. His name was Mel Blanc.
Mel B.
Felix, please stop. I'm not asking you to guess the man's last name. His last name was simply Blanc.
I don't know. Johnson.
Johnson? Who's Mel Johnson?
The voice of Bugs Bunny?
No, Felix. Listen very carefully to me.
All ears, Playboy.
The voice actor who performed the Looney Tunes characters. His name was Mel. His last name was Blanc.
Lewis. Mel Lewis.
My God. No, it was not Mel Lewis. His last name, the man's last name was Blanc.
Tyler. No, Carter.
Okay, I'm not getting anywhere with this. Bonnie, what do you need? Please just Google the name of the man who voiced Bugs Bunny so that Felix understands what I'm trying to tell him. Will do.
You could just tell me, man, but I like the guessing game. McMahon? Was it Mel McMahon?
No, Felix. Okay, guys, got it. Thank you, Bonnie. Please share what Google has to say about the man who voiced Bugs Bunny. He was born in 1908 and passed away 81 years later in 1989. And his name was... Google's not sure either. All it says is Mel Blanc.
See, it's Google where you got the idea for this guessing game.
No, this is not a guessing game.
Oh, come on, it's fun, man. Lawrence. Mel Lawrence.
I might have a stroke. This is ridiculous. The man's name was Mel Blanc. Mel Blanc. That was his name. Mel Blanc.
Evans.
Go to break. Just go to break. We'll be back next hour. Just go to break.
Was arrested having sex in their seats on a JetBlue flight? Yeah, the judge got him off.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, a yoga instructor is arrested for hosting sex classes where people would learn to boff. Lost Dog reunited with owner when his dirty socks were put in a trap. After releasing two inmates accidentally, a prison warden says, oh crap. And in Maryland, where it was the kids that put the needles in the Halloween candy. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my cock.
All right, our top story. We go to Rockford, Maryland. Rockford, Maryland. What do we know about that area?
Rockville or Rockford?
Rockford.
Oh.
Maybe it is Rockville.
I don't know it. If it's Rockville, all right. Rockford, I've never heard of.
Rockville's a very nice area.
That tells me that it is probably it is Rockville. My bad.
Okay, yeah, Rockville.
All right. We go to Rockville, Maryland, where a crisis has been averted. Like many during the Halloween season, parents were on edge about what lay inside their children's candy bags that they collected on October 31st. One such parent took the extra step to avoid their children consuming anything unsightly, and good thing she did, as the magnet that she used to check for dangerous objects found a sewing needle in her child's bag of gummy bears. There was actually 2 bags of gummy bears that had sewing needles in them.
All right.
The alarm was raised and an investigation was launched, with parents in the neighborhood going through their own children's bags, and households were interviewed as they attempted to track down the culprit. But their investigation came to a quick end after the very 9-year-old that collected the compromised candy in the first place had a little confession to make.
Uh-oh.
Turns out that he had put the needles in the candy himself and came forward after realizing just how much public and media attention the story was getting.
Damn. Come on, kid. Come on.
I don't know if... if he did it for like online clout, like
maybe sympathy from the parents or something.
maybe
I don't know.
just
attention.
getting views about it. Like, I found a needle in my candy.
He definitely did not want all of this.
Yeah.
But good on him, at least for confessing.
Right. At least he came forward and talked about it.
Yeah, that's fair.
You're 9. You're going to get a slap on the wrist. If one of us did that, we'd go to jail.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And they're going to scare you, but you're going to be fine. Just come forward, man. In other news, we go to Thailand, where a woman's been arrested. She's a self-proclaimed guru and has been hosting a weekly sex yoga class on an infamous party island.
Sex yoga?
Sex yoga.
That's the first yoga I've ever heard that has me curious.
Namaste up in this.
I mean, given the positions and stuff, you're just... What's the word? I don't know what the word is. You're just adding the sex to it.
Exactly.
Yeah, people are already primed to good spots.
Right. There's a handful of things that just kind of cater to that. Massages are another one.
Sure.
Yeah, my wife would love if I would just give her a massage.
It ain't going to just be a massage.
Hey, can you at least get through 15 minutes? Yes. You know what? I will set the timer.
You'll get the interior massage later.
That's right. It's coming. Hang on. Oh, yeah.
Interior massage is a good line. I'm just like, that kind of got me.
Working them knots out.
Yeah.
She used a pseudonym to host her classes and was charging clients just £9 per class. She's a British woman, you know.
Okay.
Teaching meditations, tantric massage, and sacred... Tantric? We're going to teach you some tantric
You want to have sex like Sting, do you?
We're going to work on your sacred sexuality.
She's got that Adele voice. Cockney accent.
Or she's like a road man. We're going to have sex, isn't it?
All right, take it in the downward dog.
Now, boy.
This one's for the king.
This one's for the king. Sun salutations. Warrior pose. Her issue was that she advertised these classes on social media, prompting attention from authorities who eventually stormed one of her classes in session. While it might not have been the worst, the work did go outside of the scope of her work permit, causing her arrest.
Well, yeah, she's basically holding an orgy.
Yeah.
Her permit was only approved as a customer relations manager for a residential property management company.
Aha. So if she were like a licensed yoga instructor,
if she
and did sex yoga, would it be an issue?
I don't know that it
think?
would have. I don't believe so.
But it's not prostitution.
Because she was
right?
already trying to say, my lawyer said that it was okay. Like, she was trying to brush it off. Like, no, I already got approval to do this from, my lawyer said that I was within the scope. So I think she would have been fine. Look, it's Thailand.
Yeah.
So I think if she had been a little bit more honest about it, there wouldn't have been near as much to do about it.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
But the fact that she went in there as a residential... she's basically a site manager.
Yeah.
So the fact that you go in there as that, it's like, I'm told to hold my sex yoga class. Make a little bit on the side. Like, okay, you clearly know that.
And get laid.
Wasn't supposed to. And get laid. Let's see what happens there. We have a headlines update. To bring you back up to speed, a couple was arrested back in the summer after they were caught by several passengers on a JetBlue flight from Florida to New York, classy destinations, engaging in sexual congress. Some of the witnesses being children. Yeah, makes it sound sexy, doesn't it, Ted?
Sexual congress.
Sexual Congress.
Yeah, they'll show up and work for that.
I'm feeling the filibuster.
I'd be a candidate for that.
That's right.
I'm running for sexual congress.
We're shut down until we come to an agreement.
Yeah, push this bill through. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Damn.
Somebody get out the minority whip.
Speaking to the House. Like to file a motion. Political jokes. One of the passengers filed a complaint saying that
time is up. You gotta adjourn. Switch spots.
One of the passengers filed a complaint saying that she witnessed the woman giving the man a low five.
Oh.
And eventually singing karaoke with limited effort in hiding their acts. They were arrested upon their arrival and have since gone through the court system, which eventually elected not to pursue felony charges against the couple. So yes, they did indeed get off with their crimes.
Well, I was wondering how that went down. Like, there's witnesses. You confess to it. He got hooked up. So I mean,
I think they just went long enough. They went, all right, get the hell out of here. Don't do that again.
Right. It's not worth it.
Right. We're wasting resources trying to.
Don't have sex on a plane again.
Right. Just not gonna. You did it. You rang the bell. Don't do it again. Just don't freaking do it again. But just in case that story left a bad taste in her mouth.
Thankfully, there's good news.
A man in California got creative in reuniting with his best friend. The 93-year-old man had gone out on a routine grocery shopping mission, but returned home to find the devastating discovery that his rescue dog had escaped from the yard. He believes that she was able to jump and scale the fence surrounding the property, most likely trying to follow him to the store. He quickly reached out to a local search and rescue group who went to work tracking her down, eventually following a lead to a nearby preserve. I can't read right now. Lead to a nearby nature preserve. They set out traps in the area to bring her in, but he believes the kicker to getting her corralled into one of their traps was his smelly socks that they had put in the cages. She was
Apparently
eventually
had
brought
really
in unharmed.
stinky feet.
Well, sure, he's 90. They got some smelly ass feet,
I haven't
dude.
washed them in 10 years.
Put him in the cage. That'll
Right,
bring her
Dave,
in.
we didn't have to act in.
Powdered boy.
You had foot.
That's all we got.
You rubbed down with whiskey.
Back when Pappy was cheap. Men's Room Sports, you got college football on ESPN2 and ESPNU, NBA basketball on ESPN, and your Seattle Kraken are hosting the San Jose Sharks tonight at Climate Pledge Arena. That'll be on channels 5 and 6. And again, if you don't have either of those, it's on Amazon Prime. That's all you got to do to go watch your Kraken games there. As far as your weather, steady rain this evening if you haven't noticed. And a low of 51 tomorrow. They're guaranteeing rain and a high of about 58. So guess what? It's back again tomorrow. That's your headline for that. Mike Hawkins out.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate it. Unwrap tickets tomorrow morning, 9:10 on the Daily Migs Morning Show.
Yes, indeed. It is all true. But in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch. So until tomorrow, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.